Hey everyone, Chris Hansen here of Hansen vs. Predators and Catch Your Predator. Why don't you have a seat right over there and listen to Kyle and Brandon, our podcast. According to my chat logs, Kyle and Brandon have interesting guests.
No, I hated it.
Yeah.
Everybody's sweaty, everybody's on drugs, so they're super sweaty but also touchy. And then they touch your face, then you leave there, and the next day you have pimples.
Fantastic conversation.
He's underground in a lab, floating in a tank of water because he almost died.
And most important, no predators.
Hi, I am Reese, and I am from the podcast Canadian Politics is Boring, and we have 60 seconds to hard sell you why you should listen to our comedy show. So, Jesse, have you got any reasons why they should check us out?
Absolutely not, but you told me to be more enthusiastic, so that's what I'm going to be.
It's got stories about funny politics in Canada.
Bear wrestling, aliens, alcoholics galore, seances with ghosts, dogs that are your mother, or the fact that Justin Trudeau's father might actually be Fidel Castro, or
not.
So are you driving to work, or are you on your bicycle listening to a podcast, or are you perhaps taking care of your children and you just really want to drown them out? Put us in your ear holes.
Search Canadian Politics is Boring on your favorite podcast app, or go to CanadianPoliticsIsBoring.com to check out our half-finished website.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Oh, hey, Internet. Welcome back to another episode of the Intoxicated Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah McClellan. Intoxicated is a comedy variety talk show where I shoot the shit with comedians, creators, and characters. And what a journey it's been to get here. The episode is late. I know. I do apologize. I'm planning a live show and I have just never been more busy in my entire life. And right before recording this, my audio interface decided it just didn't want to work. And I had to spend about 20 minutes troubleshooting. So here we are. I'm here. I'm here to introduce this week's episode. There's an episode. I can't believe it. I did it. It's a last minute one, but it's a damn good one. Before I get to that, just another reminder that tonight, when you're hearing this, tonight is the Intoxicated Live Debates comedy show at Oasis Pub on Spring Garden Road. Tickets are filling up and there is limited seating, but there might still be some available. I am going to cap it at a certain point online, but you can take your chances at the door. It is $10 at the door, and we might be able to squeeze you in. It's going to be good though. It's going to be really good. So we have 4 debates and 3 featured comedians as well. We have Chris Hilleff, Kirsten Finch, and Albert Coombes. It's going to be a shit ton of fun. I'm ridiculously stressed out and tired about it, but I know it's going to be fun once it happens. So I hope to see you guys there, and please say hi if you do come. That would be amazing. This week's episode is a wild one. This week's guest is the great, the one and only Albert Coombes, a regular of the podcast, a big featured act tonight on the debates show. He's debating and he's doing comedy and he's this week's guest. I just can't seem to get rid of this guy. He just won't leave me alone. And we recorded for a couple hours and I was surprised. Albert actually let me do a deep dive into his personality and his life and his thoughts on everything. This is a long episode, but I hope you do pick away at this episode because it's a wild one. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't write down what we all talked about. We stopped recording around 1 a.m. last night, and I was up until 4. And guys, this is what it is, okay? But I'm stoked to have an episode for you this week. I hate missing a week. So I hope you dig it. Make sure you're following the podcast on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Intoxicated Podcast, on Twitter at @in_toxicated. Check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/intoxicated. If you dig what I'm doing here and how crazy I am, you can throw an Apple Podcast rating or review my way. That greatly helps the show out. And of course, tell your friends about the podcast. Guys, I'm so fucking busy. I'm gonna just get right to it. I hope you guys enjoy this week's episode with Albert Coombes. All right. Just fucking get into it.
Yeah.
It's the intoxicated tradition of doing a last-minute episode the day before a show. Which I did with Baker and Vino before the last one, and you can just see how tired and stressed I am in the episode.
And now you look very tired and stressed.
I'm
You look like you've been up for 3 days.
Really?
I'm just being.
Just the idea of telling a girl who spends 2 hours making herself not look tired. Just the idea of like looking at a woman and going, "You look sleepy."
Yeah, not just sleepy, but like 3 days sleepy.
Oh, I have not been sleeping.
Yeah, I've been sleeping like shit too for like a whole week. It stinks.
It's all my own doing. It's because I literally just don't go to bed early. It's my own fault.
When you're not working, it's so easy to do that. Like
Oh
getting
my
into like a
gosh.
6 to 2 sleep schedule is very, very easy.
And not only that, but it's easy to like for me, it's like I just pack my day with things. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's 4 a.m. So I need to be up in 5 hours.
Yeah, which stinks. Are you
But I also have an influence in my life that's keeping me up late at night.
Oh yeah? What's your influence?
It's just talking to someone again that I shouldn't be talking to.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
It's not that great.
A little bit of...
A little bit of relapse.
Yeah.
Womp womp, Sarah.
Texting and sadness. That's fun.
I know, I'm just giving myself more editing for the episode I have to release tomorrow.
Yeah. The people want to know about your dumb relationships. The people need to know.
Thank you for saying it. But we're here on it. We have an episode with somebody who has yet to do a solo episode.
Yeah, what gives?
Oh my god. Oh my god, coming in hot. Albert Coombes is here.
Hey, thank you everybody.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
It's Albert.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Cheers.
I'm very happy to have you. And we got to talk about what we're drinking because actually let's sip first. It's bad luck if you don't sip.
That's true.
So you bought a variety of beer.
I was at the Tire Shack Brewing Company in Moncton. It's very tasty with my buddy TJ. Shout out to TJ. It was his birthday.
TJ.
Went to Moncton. It was sick.
Oh.
Yeah, and like a bunch of other people. It was his birthday, so I figure he's the one who gets the shout out.
Let's just go into all the details about this.
I'm just going to start listing all the people there. It was Jonesy.
Every single detail of the party.
Johnny the Fish. At precisely 8:45 a.m. we woke up and it was at the Tire Shack. This fucking Love at Midnight Pina Colada IPA, very tasty,
and coconut vanilla.
Yeah, Choco Loco Porter. Also
it's actually
very
it almost tastes like an alcoholic iced coffee.
Yeah, it's
or
crazy
something.
good. It's unreal.
It's I can deal with this because it doesn't taste too carbonated.
Yeah.
Or
it's
like
not
too hoppy.
Super. I mean, you did take most of the carbonation out when you poured it. That's probably where all the carbon
so went. Bad at drinking. I really, really am. I just don't care.
No, that's fair.
Is the thing. Like, I'm just such a vodka soda chick. Like,
and then it doesn't matter as much. Yeah, with a beer, I mean, you don't want to. But the fact that you like a beer, especially a porter, is
I can do one beer. I can do one beer of any beer. But it's drinking. It's only drinking beer for a night that I could never do.
It's pretty bloaty, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm working on this. Well, I'm trying to work on a joke that's about dating in Halifax and how all these fucking hot women, and Chris Left's girlfriend is one of them, that like are just always drinking beer, and yet they're like so skinny and hot. And I'm like, where are you putting this gas? Because when I do it, I just bloat right the fuck up.
Some people just have different reactions to things, I guess.
Yeah, I guess some people are lucky and some people aren't.
Yeah, that's it. Some people just suck. Sucks to suck.
It just sucks because every single guy who asks you out is like, let's go to the beer garden or let's go to, and you don't want to be the girl who's like,
vodka sodas.
I don't like beer.
But vodka sodas are huge now, and they're everywhere.
They are.
Like, there's a lot of craft sodas now, which are tasty. I mean, it seems like a bit much. Like, if I was going to drink vodka soda, I got a soda stream. You know what I mean? Like, I just buy some vodka
Jealous.
if I wanted to,
Okay.
yeah.
Funny story about that. I was going to buy a soda stream, like back in March for my birthday. I had a $100 gift card to Walmart, and I was literally considering getting a soda stream. Nice. And what held me back from it was I was like, it's hard for me to get out to the place to refill the
every year when you have to do it.
Is it once a year? People made me think it was way more than that.
Mine lasted a whole year.
Really?
I've only refilled it once, and I got it Christmas before last.
But don't you have to drive
to Walmart? Walmart refills them.
Do they really?
The customer service place. Yeah.
Are you every Walmart?
Yeah, I mean the one in Dartmouth does. I assume the one. Anything that's in Dartmouth has to be in Halifax too.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Mindy,
it's so easy.
get off.
Mindy.
Men come over. Get off of that, Min. Oh, she loves it so much. It gives her so much joy to just rub her face on things. But yeah, no, I wasn't gonna get it because I was like, I don't want to have to deal with driving, because I was under the impression you had to drive somewhere in Burnside to do it.
It's crazy. I mean, the Walmart is in Burnside, the one I'm talking about.
Okay, so maybe it is. But then Big Cat, when he was alive, was like, Sarah, just buy it. I'll get the refills for you. I go over there because he had one too. Him and Richard had one.
Oh, nice.
And so I was literally about to do that, and then the guy died. So my ride to get my SodaStream refills died. So that's why I don't have a SodaStream right now. Woe was me.
Yeah, I mean that's too bad. I'd be more bummed about, the death of the beloved Andrew Vaughn. But I get that, the SodaStream's the main concern.
R.I.P. Big Cat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, I would like to get a SodaStream because I drink.
You should, honestly.
I drink so
soda
much.
Water much. You definitely should.
Albert, I go through 2 cases a week. It's a bit excessive.
Ecologically obscene.
Yeah. Actually, no, maybe not 2.
Money-wise.
Maybe not 2, maybe 1.
Yeah.
That's 12. That's
not bad. I mean, it's still a lot when you can be doing that for free yourself.
Yeah. Spend the $120 and
yeah, I mean, you might actually save money. I definitely haven't saved money, but if
you haven't?
No, because I was never a huge soda drinker. But it made if I buy mango juice, I'll make a mango cream soda. It's fucking delicious. I can
Holy
just make
shit,
custom.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll just make custom sodas. It's so
that
good.
is that would be
that's
really
what
good.
I wanted. It's
a cream soda.
Yeah, cream soda is just vanilla and sugar. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Crazy.
You told me that.
Oh yeah, it's nuts though, eh?
Like vanilla extract and sugar.
Yeah, I've got some vanilla stuff for it's. I mean, it's made for coffee. It's vanilla sugar stuff, pre-made, and I just put that in with, and it's delicious.
Holy fuck! Yeah, I'm gonna have to get fucking SodaStream. There's so many things I want to get. I just money.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh my god, it's just ridiculous.
It's worthwhile. You can definitely get one on sale, Boxing Day.
And space too. I don't have a lot of counter space here. I guess I could put it over on the table by the coffee machine.
Yeah, I mean, you for sure could. It's not something you're using all the time too, so you could put it in the cupboard or something.
Oh
you
my gosh.
probably would be using it a lot.
This SodaStream talk is riveting.
You should definitely get a SodaStream. I mean, people, they want to hear about your soda.
How you been?
I've been swell, doing a bunch of shows.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you were on with Matt right when I could start having people on again, which was... You've done a bunch of So you did with Chris.
Chris back in January, February.
With Adrian.
Yeah.
With Mitch.
And with Matt.
And with Matt. So
but only as a co-pilot. It's crazy. See, Sarah doesn't trust me. She's afraid that I'll go into a 15-minute conversation about SodaStream refills.
I feel like the one-on-one episodes have a different vibe. I was telling Mitch this last night. I was like, I feel like with Mitch, and why this is I feel like it's a superstition now that I have to talk about Mitch every single episode.
Yeah, Mitch is doing well though. It's good to.
He's doing very well.
And Mitch loves being talked about also.
Especially right at the beginning.
Yeah.
First 10 minutes of an
question.
episode.
He's guaranteed. And now we can turn off the rest of it when we talk shit about him.
But I was telling Mitch that I feel like I would get a different Mitch if it was just he and I. I feel like he would be more serious, and I could probably get more out of him.
That's almost certainly true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could. Yeah. I mean, you might not black out.
But yeah, no, Mitch Mitch Tuesnard is starting a podcast with Emma Mader, who I've been trying to get Emma on too. Emma and I have been talking for like months about like doing an episode.
Have you never done one?
We've done one together. And that was it. She's only done one episode, and that was when I first met her, and that was last year.
You know what else is crazy? The fact that fan is not pointing directly at us. So
it's kind of at us.
I could use that fan though. Do you find it's warm?
Right now it's really not that bad. But it does.
Oh, nice. Really... That is beautiful. Nice, thank you. Yeah,
there
that's
you
so
go.
Good. Anyways, Emma's only been on once. That's
only been on once, and then we were gonna do an episode with her and Scott, and it was scheduled, but then it got rescheduled, and then it just never happened.
Oh, okay.
And now she's doing a podcast with Mitch, and she's like, "We want to come on promote the podcast," and I was like, "Absolutely." So like, it's all these like pairings of people.
Yeah.
Like the different combinations of people, but also just like making sure like they're spaced out enough that like, like I don't know. It's having a guest format podcast is tough sometimes.
Yeah, I bet. Well, it's hard to like
it's tough.
to just go on your own since you run this and talk for 3 hours is obscene.
Oh yeah, no, I would never. If I did a solo, like I've done a couple host episodes where it's just been me answering questions, and I do them for Patreon. So on the Patreon page, I do like audio diaries where it's just literally I just talk about my fucking life, and personal life and shit.
That's interesting. I guess that makes sense for people who are like
paying. I don't think they even hear it.
No,
I don't think that. I think people when they sign up, they just legit just want to support you and send you money,
nice.
And they might not even listen. I know. Thomas Kennedy.
Shout out to TK.
Listens to them, and it's just funny because when I do them, I'm like, I feel like I'm just talking to Thomas right now, like because Thomas is a Patreon. So,
nice.
But yeah, no, it's good to have you on solo. Because you are actually definitely one of my favorite people. I say that with everybody, but I don't know.
She said actually when I was on here, so fuck the rest of you guys.
But when I think of like my actual friends, like, and no offense to anybody else, I don't want anyone else to take this the wrong way, but in terms of like people I would just message about life stuff, like I feel like you're up there on the list.
Thank you. It's interesting you use the word friend though. That's a little strong. No, I'm just kidding.
You and Chris, I think I enjoy quite a bit.
I like Chris.
That's why I put you both on the live show.
That was super, and the podcast originally. That was a super fun episode. Yeah.
And I don't even remember why I was like, I think I had asked. Did I ask you or I asked Chris who you'd want to be on with? One of you said the other person, so I was like,
nice.
That works.
That's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It worked out well. Super fun.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
we hadn't spoken much before then, for sure.
That's wild. So that kind of sparked a little bit of a friendship, eh?
Yeah, no doubt.
Holy smokes, it's almost like I'm bringing people together.
That's true. It's also almost like you're trying to make friends desperately. And
just people pleasing to an extreme degree. Yeah.
No, I have to make it clear that I'm obviously kidding. Even though I mean, no, I mean you know, but
they might not. I know, right?
Might not know.
I was talking about it with Vicky today. Vicky had a very nice compliment for you because we were talking about how nice you are.
No, that's not true.
But you are very nice.
Well, thank you.
But you can be very mean.
But no, like, I would never say something mean to somebody if I meant it.
No, of course not. And that's what I think it is. Like, I think I know that, like, that's how it was with Chris when I met him. He was like, if I make fun of you, it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It means that I'm comfortable with you.
Yeah.
Enough, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's just funny to, like, say fucked up things to people.
Holy fuck, is it ever?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
So it's like, what? Yeah, I mean, there's some people you can't, like, there's some people I like who I just know that you can't, like, tell them that you're not their friend. Stuff like that.
Yeah, you're just being nice.
Yeah, but, most people I like, you can kind of, like, shit on.
Yeah,
mutually. I mean, if it wasn't returned, I wouldn't do it either, I guess. But there's got to be a little bit of back and forth.
There's got to be a little bit of a fight, a little bit of a battle.
If somebody doesn't back, then it probably means they're not comfortable.
I still feel, and maybe this will come with time, but I still feel like I have to apologize when I burn somebody.
I do. Well, I do sometimes, not always. It depends on who it is. You know what I mean? Like if I just say something fucked up to, like, you know, Chris or one
Or
of those
Kyle.
guys, or Kyle,
The Banana
Brandon
Boys.
or Jim, any of those guys. If they say something fucked up to them, and it's like obviously they understand. But I mean, there's a lot of people, especially when you don't know somebody that well. If you say something fucked up to them, you have to be like I'm just fucking around, and then they're like, obviously you are. I didn't think you meant that you wished I would die. And it's like, yeah, you're right. That was pretty obvious.
Because for me, it's not so much what I say to other people about other people. It's what I say about myself. When I'm around my comic friends, I can say whatever.
Yeah.
When I'm around normies,
Oh, you can't just say fucked up things about yourself. Yeah.
it's like it becomes a like wildly different experience.
And quite a lot of
Yeah, a lot of like. Yee. But that's why
and it does make people uncomfortable sometimes if you say like if you're too negative about yourself.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing that like I'm really trying to navigate right now with like actually doing stand up. It's like so strange to me seeing the different reactions to like the self-deprecating jokes.
It's really, I mean, you definitely want to, and I feel like Matt might have said this on the last one.
Oh, ease your way in, or
But
like
yeah, or
have
like,
wins.
like let people know that you don't hate yourself. And
Exactly.
It's not sad.
Exactly.
It's just
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just a joke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you have to be careful about that. Like if
do.
people don't think that you like yourself, then they aren't going to like you either.
Time to fool them.
Exactly.
It's weird. I gotta fool them into thinking. That's such a weird cycle. I gotta fool them into thinking that I don't actually hate myself with jokes about hating myself.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You have to trick them into thinking that, like, well, because at a level, like, obviously you don't really hate yourself.
No.
Like, you definitely like yourself. And you hate some things.
Yeah, I've talked about this with a lot of people. I was talking about it last night, actually, pretty late at night. Which is like, people can see someone like me and go, she has low self-esteem, and like that's such easy low-hanging fruit. But it's like, or you can go, takes balls to like put yourself out there, and that takes a level of confidence.
That's
and
true. I think
self-esteem.
it does. Yeah, definitely.
But then there's that like common thing that people say about comics, which is like all comics hate themselves, which I don't necessarily agree with.
I think that's definitely true. I think that getting up on stage requires a certain amount of self-esteem.
It does.
In some sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And anyway, I feel like most people both like really like themselves and think they're the best, and then also kind of like have this deep feeling of self-hatred, you know what I mean? But like intellectually, I don't think most people hate themselves in that level.
No.
Because if you did, really, you'd just change what you were doing and fucking improve. But
It's true.
yeah, so I think most people think that their flaws are secretly great in a sense.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Even if they feel shitty about them.
Do you? Okay, so do you?
I don't have any flaws. So.
I was just gonna say, do you do any like self inventories on yourself, like where you're like, I do this thing, it's not doing me any favors in life, I gotta keep it in check.
I definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, like I definitely like reflect on what I'm doing and trying to change it.
That's
You know what I
good.
mean?
That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's what you have to do. Yeah.
It is, but I feel like men don't talk about it as much as I feel like women talk about self-improvement way
women
more
do.
because it's sold to us in books and it's sold to us.
on and on and on
Yeah.
about you, right? Yeah, women be
women be self-improving.
Yeah, exactly, or at least talking about it.
I started doing a thing where I write each night. I write something I don't like about myself and why it negatively impacts my life. And it's each night you have to write something new. It's wild.
It's weird because, like, I think most psychologists would say write something you like about yourself.
Most would, but so what I'm doing is called shadow work.
Ah, that sounds legit. Good old shadow work.
It sounds like witchcraft.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, like there's like different. Well, essentially what it is it's like there's prompts too that you can answer. There's different questions, and there's different ways to do it. But like one of the prompts, like I saw this list of like 25 questions, and they're tough questions. Like they're questions that make you go, ooh.
Let's break them out. What are the questions?
Should we break them out?
I'd ask a question. All right,
Oh my God. Well, they're pretty deep.
Let's see if they're too fucked. Like, I might say pass.
Shadow work prompts. I'm legit doing this, and I'm not trying to like blow smoke up my own ass, but I do think
Is it based on anything legitimate? Like, who's it based on?
That's a good.
Like, is there a
well,
lot of
let's find that out first.
psychological research behind it?
What is shadow? I think it might be kind of witchy, actually.
It does seem like it's shamanesque.
Oh, it's
Carl Jung. Yeah. He's a pretty big guy.
Okay. The shadow is either an unconscious. Wow, Sarah.
Unconscious.
I have trouble speaking.
Unconscious is like a state. Unconscious. Wait. Yeah, I've been knocked. No, that's not a word either. It's also unconscious.
Unconscious.
Unconscious is not a word.
I know, I'm not saying it right.
So
Did I ever tell you about my speech impediment? I used to have a speech impediment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as a young kid.
Like on what words? Say them all right now. Say all of the words that you have an impediment on.
It was when I was really, really young. I couldn't pronounce R's. So I did a lot of like.
That's so funny. My sister was the same way when she used to call me Albie because she couldn't pronounce Albert when I was a kid.
Oh my god, that's precious.
Yeah.
So how do you say that?
Jungian? Honestly, I don't know if it's Carl Jung or Carl Jung.
Okay.
I don't know how it's pronounced. He's what's his face is like the big. He's like Freud's dude.
Oh,
right?
the
Freud's
personality
student?
test person, right?
That's Myers-Briggs.
Oh fuck. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I only did one psych course in 2010.
Did you really?
Yeah. But I remember hearing about Jung. I think he's big into dreams.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm fascinated by various aspects of like psychology and shit. So the shadow is either an unconscious, I'm just going to say it that way.
Unconscious is right.
Aspect of the personality that the conscious ego does not identify in itself or the entirely. Okay, there's too many conscious words in here. It's trauma or things that have happened in your life that is affecting you that you might not know.
Okay, yeah.
So it's all about uncovering like what the fuck's going on with you that makes you a shitty person. That makes you a shitty person. But not everybody looks into that because they're like, oh, we have to be positive. We live in this culture of like, we have to be positive all the time. And we do.
I mean, I do think trying to be positive
is good.
Actually trains your brain to be more positive.
Yes.
Like I think it's mostly habitual.
Yes, that I will agree with. And also too, like when you want something, like you shouldn't be focusing on what you don't want and what you do want instead. Like I believe in that. Here it is. Yeah, it's the 25 heavy.
And also, like I think science supports the fact that if you are focusing on things you want, they'll mystically appear.
They will just appear right in front of you.
And that's just science.
That's why. Yeah, I have this. I have The Secret on my bookshelf. And I remember I had a friend / mentor growing up that told me that you should write a check of the amount of money that you eventually want to make and stick it to your ceiling. Stick it to your ceiling so that you look at it every night. And that you like eventually manifest that you'll get a job that pays you that much money.
Funny. I think that you should write a check and on it say, "Don't care so much about money." and then later in your life, you'll find that it doesn't matter that much what number you wrote down on that check.
Exactly. Okay. Let's see about these questions.
But Jim Carrey said he did that. Wrote himself a check for $5 million, and
did he?
Yeah, and
Jim Carrey also
super. He's The Secret guy or whatever.
Did you hear that Jim Carrey like wrote a book and it's like he was in Hawaii when that like false missile strike text went out that was like we're all about to die.
Yeah.
Like you have like 2 hours to live.
That's crazy.
Essentially, like it was essentially just like a missile's coming.
Yeah.
And can you fucking imagine getting that text?
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
What'd you do?
I'd shoot myself before the missile came. That seems more painful.
Do you have a gun?
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't. Like, you're about to die? I'll beat you, missile. Nobody tells me when I die.
Like right before. Like you should wait for it to be like right here.
Yeah, no, I'd honestly probably assume it was a mistake. What are the Russians like? Some Gorbachev got out of bed 40 years later and was like, you're done. And I'm going for Hawaii. Like,
you're done, bud.
Yeah.
Andrew Von joke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did the Gus's show. You were there as an audience member.
Yeah, it was a nice tribute for sure.
That was so fun.
A little bit of shitting on Andrew in a fun way.
I know, right?
It's a classic comic send off. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I was truly expecting, like, when I showed up there and like there was hardly anyone there, I was like, this is not going to be good. It's crazy how shows come together very last minute.
They almost all do, because people hear 8 and then they show up at like 8:15. Yeah. Like a lot of the time, yeah. Or like 5 days. Yeah.
Or they kind of see what's going on and then they like trickle in and stuff. It's always so nerve-wracking though when you think you're gonna just perform for comics.
Especially if you're running the show. I mean, I don't mind that. I'll do it. Like, fuck it. Yeah. I'll perform for comics. I don't need.
I love that though. That's you do seem very
look at the waveform of your laugh just then. That's ludicrous.
Albert, we've heard your laugh. I'm sure your laugh would be
No, my laugh looks beautiful on there. And actually, when I laugh, it looks like a painting of a beautiful seascape.
Waves. Little waves going. Yeah, you do seem very...
My laughs make cities on the water. Look at that shit. That's what they look like. My laugh looks like New York on the water. Your laugh looks like somebody chopping wood.
Just roasting waveforms here, are we? Jesus. It's crazy how when you edit audio that you can eventually just predict what word.
That's great. I've tried to do that.
Well, ums are very easy. Like,
It's true.
like it's just very, like, it has a similar shape every time.
That's fair.
So usually when I edit and like I just see an isolated little cylinder, I'm like, that's an
Not my ums. My ums look fucked.
Well, you're saying
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
The fuck is
That's the way I stall for time. I say or.
Oh, look at that chopping wood. I gotta stop laughing.
It really does look like, yeah.
I hate my laugh.
No, you have a good laugh.
No, I don't like it. I feel like it makes men's penises shrivel up.
That's true, yeah. What are you gonna do?
What can you do? But I was saying, so you seem, going back to Gus's, you seem very laid back all the time with comedy and shows. Like, you never seem nervous. Am I right or wrong?
I feel like I've gotten definitely less nervous. I've been actively trying to become more loose on stage too, and like not spending as much time preparing for that reason. So that is probably why I would say. And I've stopped drinking before shows for the most part.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, which is weird because I think drinking, I mean, you think of it as making you looser, but it's a bad habit, to do it before every show. And I was not before every show, but I was having a beer or two before most shows, and it's just when you're doing it like 3 or 4 times a week, it's too much.
That is too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is too much. I don't think I've ever drank before a set yet. I've gotten a little high before one.
That'd be so counterproductive for me. It's way too in my head. Yeah. I mean, I don't really smoke anymore anyways, but
that's madness how weed like affects everybody differently.
It does, yeah.
Because I've never, and I don't know if it's because I'm so anxious like just all the time that it doesn't make me feel more anxious.
It makes me very anxious, yeah. And when I'm doing it regularly, it makes me really anxious all the time.
Wow,
So
yeah.
I'd
Fuck
stop.
doing that.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
that.
Fuck, yeah.
Oh man,
I'm
who
with you.
was outside where there was that hilarious moment where someone offered you a joint and you were
It was me and Brad.
and you were offering him a cigarette.
A cigar, yeah.
And both of you were like,
I had a cigar, and I was like, hey, man, you want this? And he's like, yeah, I'll take it. And he's like, hey, do you want this vaporizer? And I was like, oh, no, I don't smoke weed. And he's like, then what the fuck is this? What do you think I'm just fucking smoking a blunt for you in front of the local?
God. That was so
Just light
fucking
up a
funny.
blunt nonchalantly like that. Just not even mention it's perfectly rolled. It's like, no, that's not.
It was just really funny because like he didn't want the tobacco or like the cigar, and like you didn't want the weed, and
Yeah.
you were both offering each other the thing that you didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Our kryptonite. Yeah. I mean,
That was-
tobacco's everyone's kryptonite, really. I mean, it does kill you.
That was a wild night. So we did
That's fun.
Well, you did a show downtown at
Elle's Bistro.
Elle's
Shout out
Bistro.
to Elle's Bistro. It's a cool place. Good show.
And then so we
Nick's,
had shows
10-year
on.
anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, happy decade.
Happy
decade.
Comediversary.
Comediversary.
That's the term.
Comedy.
Comedyverse sounds like the comedy universe, but comediversity. Comediversity sounds like
A comedy university.
yeah, or like a word separated from diversity by a comma.
Oh my god. So you did that show and I did another show at the
Derby.
Show Bar. There's a lot of name changes going on in the city.
Prior the Marquis.
Prior the Marquis.
The artist formerly known as, yeah.
And that was wild because that was such a big stage in there. And we were like backstage waiting to go on, and it felt like bigger than what it was.
How many,
Because
what's
you were
the
like
audience like?
there was like a good amount of people. Like I don't really remember how many, like 20 maybe.
Okay, that's
maybe.
solid. For show.
Yeah, I feel like 20 is the magic number with comedy shows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know 20 is good.
But like I was sick to my stomach nervous. Because it just felt you were like backstage. You couldn't really see the audience. Like it felt like you were like in a band or something.
Were you down in the green room?
No, we were like
Okay, 'cause
literally
we know shit.
backstage.
Okay, that's crazy.
Little hallway, like, and then like you'd walk out onto the stage, and me and Brad were there, and we were both talking about how nervous we were, and it was the first time ever that like I saw like a male comic, like be like, I'm legitimately really nervous, and I'm gonna shit my pants. I was like, me too. Like we were just
That's
like
so
we were
funny.
both like really nervous together, and then he just went up and did great, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is what is so wild to me about comedy because it looks so
You don't look
easy.
very nervous.
It looks so
Yeah.
easy though. Like when you watch it and you see people doing it, you're like, oh, that seems natural, and they don't seem nervous at all. And little do you know,
That's fair. People who are like, especially people are really good at, like people who do crowd work and stuff like that. It just seems so effortless.
Matt Baker.
Yeah, exactly. Like it really just seems like very easy. And I feel like for Baker it is, but like it probably isn't. Like I know that he spends a lot of time on shit, so there's no way it's like.
It's just a different muscle. It's
Yeah,
a
it really is.
different. And
Because like
it's
you see somebody tell a joke and you're like, well, obviously they had to write that. Mm-hmm. But like you see somebody just go up and effortlessly talk to people for half an hour or whatever.
and then they're just funny based
and they're
on
just
that.
funny during that time. Then that's like obviously it wasn't prepared. I mean, it might be to some extent they might be using old jokes, but like that's just however long it takes to get that good. Is the mark that you're seeing. Yeah.
Oh
It's
man.
a different thing. Whereas, like, if you see a joke, you're like, well, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't take that long to write a joke, I guess. But you have to wait for them to come to you.
Agreed. Yeah. I was talking about this with someone the other day about how I think so many of my jokes have come from literally just walking down the street and a thought pops into my head.
Yeah.
It's always when
Definitely.
I'm walking.
I
I've never
find a lot with
sat down and
signs.
gone, I need to write, and have come up with something.
I've never sat down and wrote. I've sat down and went through ideas and like written stuff from them and like came up with like tags and stuff that way. But like I never sit down and like there was no joke and now I have a joke.
Right.
Like, it'll just come from time to time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
And like signs. I write a lot of jokes based on signs. Like an odd number. Like a lot of my jokes have come from just signs I've seen.
Signs are hilarious.
Signs are super funny. Every time I see like yield, you know, what's up with that?
Yield just always reminds me of Yee, that old YouTube video. Yee, the dinosaur. You don't know it?
No.
What, Albert? How old are you again?
29. But I was around for the invention of YouTube. Like it wasn't that. I was on albino black sheep and stuff. Like the internet. I feel like anyone who's 25 knows all of the internet culture as well as anybody older than that. Except for like actual like fucking legit people. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel like Carpenter would probably I've seen the picture. I don't know if I've seen that.
This makes me laugh like a little too hard.
That's so funny. I've definitely never seen that.
Just so stupid.
That's good.
So dumb. I just love dumb fucking humor. I love it.
That's why we get along so well. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say that's why I like your comedy, because it's dumb.
That's funny. No, I went for the self shot on that one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm good at the self shots.
I know.
Like a gun to my head.
Ah, that's a good one. I mean, obviously you're not that good at them.
Well, apparently women, when they kill themselves, usually don't shoot themselves.
Yeah, because it's too final.
But I think
I'm really for inefficient means, because like hopefully it doesn't work, and you don't die, and then you get a chance to reconsider.
Well, that's
much better.
Oh well,
Yeah.
that's fair. Friggin' oh man, there's so many people with suicide jokes that I'm like, maybe we should all sit down and talk to a therapist.
Yeah, there's a lot of suicide jokes. It's I don't know. I mean, I feel like suicide's a bad thing, but it's never a thought that's entered my head, fortunately.
Oh, that's good.
It's just
That's
lucky,
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So jokes based on signs. That's where.
Yeah, I'm all about jokes about signs. That's my thing. Nothing about, taking my own life. Just street signs. Classic fodder. Everyone can get behind it. Everyone knows about street signs like stop, for example. Comedy. Stop comedy. Sarah, that's my. No, I'm just kidding.
I honestly like wanted to at one point, and then I was like, no,
really?
I actually really fucking love this.
It's super fun, yeah.
It sucks you fucking in, man. I truly didn't think it would.
No, it always does. It's so much fun to do. No, I really love doing it. Like, I definitely, when I started it, I was just wanted to try it. Mm-hmm. And then, like, as you do it more and more, you're like, no, this is what I want to do forever.
Do you think that it takes the actual consistency and momentum to feel that? Or, like, because you see so many people who just pop up once a month or something.
I think part of it's, like, a personality, too. Like, I feel like this is... like an arena where I can be myself in a real way, and so I like that a lot. You know what I mean? Like, because you can't, like, in like a job, you're kind of limited. I mean, not that like you're fake in a job, but you're not like can't be the full.
It's the ultimate self-expression.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, you're literally just saying things. Yeah. I mean, I don't express a lot of myself personally in my comedy, I would say, but it's still. I mean, it's you're making up things.
It's still artistic in the sense that you're still crafting jokes that are fucking funny, regardless of what they're about.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think you need to talk about yourself, and I mean, I feel like you're like my personality is making jokes, so like that's what I do. You know.
Right. Yeah.
And yours is like being a bummer, so that's what. That's what you do on stage. No, I'm just kidding. You're definitely not a bummer.
I honestly, I had a dream recently that I wrote a clean joke. Like, I wrote a clean, non-sex.
What was it?
I don't know. And that's why I woke up pissed. Because I was like, I remember in the dream, like, it was me being like, I've come up with something that, like, I could do for, like, a room of old people that they would...
That'd be sick.
You know, nice, like... Yeah. And then, like, I woke up pissed because I was like, I didn't dream, write it down.
I had a dream that I was playing a song once, and then I woke up and I knew how to play the song. It's crazy.
No.
No, that happened. I mean, I'd learned how to play it years before.
Oh, my God. Oh. Would you remember what the song was?
No.
Do you have reoccurring dreams, ever? Like the same dream? Or, like, similar?
Yeah, I keep having this one where I can play a song.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't. Let's see. Do I have reoccurring dreams? I'm trying to think of... sometimes I'll have dreams where I'm, like, angry in my dreams, and I'll wake up, and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like being angry.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. I wonder if, like, deep down you're a little bit angry and you're holding it in. And it's coming,
Maybe I am.
and maybe it's coming out in your dreams.
It could be.
That's because that's the thing about you.
Although that was mostly when I was taking Champix too, so that like kind of affects your dreams.
Oh, is that the smoking?
Yeah, it. I mean, it helps you quit smoking, but it also makes you like very like it makes your dreams very vivid, and like somewhat intensified. Yeah, like I feel like your dreams are a bit different when you're taking it too.
My dreams.
When I got off it, I had these horrible night terrors for like a week.
Did you actually have night terrors? Like legitimate ones?
Waking up in the middle, just like full of panic, like 5 times a night. Yeah,
God.
And I didn't know what was happening at first.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that I'd stopped taking them. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't associated the two, but once I figured out what it was like, well, this sucks, but I'll sleep with the lights on for a couple of nights. And
Albert, I never knew that. I get night terrors too.
I don't get them, but I got them.
You got them that time.
And it sucked. It wasn't like a specific terror, but it was just waking up in terror.
Yep.
Like that somebody's there, and like it's just terror.
Because night terrors, when they happen at the very early stages of sleep. So it's usually right before you fall asleep, or right before you're in a deep REM sleep, which is crazy because I've had them my whole life. Now, in adult life, I get them like once or twice a year.
Oh, that's not bad.
But when I was younger, it was so bad that like my sisters would be home and we'd be all staying at the house for Christmas or something. And I would have a night terror and I would wake up with blood curdling screams. And like my brother-in-law would run into my room thinking that someone was crawling through the window. Like it was that kind of blood curdling scream. And it's wild because like there was only one where I envisioned something in my room, like a man in a white t-shirt.
And when you woke up, you saw that for a second, and then it was gone. Yeah, but that's, I mean, your mind. Yeah. No. Although I remember when I was a kid, I also I had bad allergies when I was a kid, and I went on this allergy medication that legitimately made me like hallucinate.
Oh, seriously?
It was crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus
and they didn't
Christ.
I mean, it was a very rare side effect, so they didn't warn us. But like I told the doctor, and they were like, "Yeah, you should stop taking it." But like that is like a rare side effect of this medication. It was like Reactin or something like that. Like it was one of those, or what's the one that starts with an A?
I know what it is, but I'm gonna look it up anyway.
I forgot what it was, but
was it like Aleve? Aleve?
Aleve is like period medication or something, isn't it? Isn't Aleve like Advil for periods? Or is that Midol? Maybe that's Midol.
Aleve is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Allergy medication. Let's see.
Arius.
Reactin.
Arius.
Yeah,
it was Arius.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arius Claritin.
And it doesn't anymore. I've taken it since accidentally. Like as an adult, but when I was a kid, yeah, it just made me have like weird fucking hallucinations. Like just seeing. I remember seeing like a polar bear when I woke up out of bed. Like it scared the shit out of me.
What the heck?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like a full on like hallucination. I mean, it was like and I guess I was just getting up, but like it really, really scared the shit out of me. I was like very young, but I just ran downstairs. I was like, "Mommy, Daddy."
I don't mean to
There's
laugh.
a polar bear in my room, and they were like, "No, there's not. Go the fuck to bed, Albert." and they beat me with a wrench. True story.
That is some dreams like truly do feel so fucking real. It was crazy.
And that's what the Champix did. Like the first time I took it, I took the Champix, and then I had a dream that I like fell out of my bed, which was like a pretty like calm dream. But I woke up the next morning and I was like shocked that I was not on the floor, like because I remember falling on the floor.
Oh my god! Do you have like that feeling of falling?
Oh yeah, sometimes. I'm mostly right before I fall asleep.
Yeah, and you like jerk yourself
not
awake.
As much. I used to get that all the time when I was a kid though too. Yeah, but not so much anymore.
And just Brad McDonald wrote me back saying he's gonna try to make it to the debates tomorrow.
Do you know what causes that? There's actually like a weird worm that can live in your ear. You know, your balance is in your inner ear.
It's a worm in your ear?
Yeah, like a parasite in your ear that causes that. It's when it jumps up and down when it's doing exercises.
Oh my god!
I was trying to, like, I knew halfway through. I was like, Sarah knows this is a bit. It stinks once you get known.
What was that thing that happened that you guys didn't know if I knew it was a bit and it went on forever?
I feel like you didn't know it was a bit.
Was it the
It was the.
Oh,
what was the word we were spelling out?
The acronym thing.
Yeah, it was in a group chat, and we were spelling out
Rage?
what?
Rage or
I think it was rage. It was some word that we kept spelling out, like really. All right, guys. Yeah. And just doing that for like forever. And then we were like, I just broke down at one point. I was like, this bit's over. Like, Sarah, do you get it or not? And she was like, oh yeah, no, I totally get the bit. And I was like, what is it? I don't know.
No, I did get it. maybe it wasn't until like after a couple of times.
I felt like it was a few,
but yeah,
it was a pretty subtle.
Yeah.
Bit too. I mean, the sentences were ludicrous, but I would understand not getting it. But it was a lot of them. I was so much fun. Or my favorite, and this is a suggestion for all you people out in podcast land. Or what do you call your listeners?
they're talkies.
That's horrible.
Well, what should we call them? Intoxicated.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Cause, you're
talkies.
You're in sex for intoxicated. You're intoxicated in sex. Call them bugs. No, don't do that. Let's see. The sickos. Call them the sickos.
No, because because Sick Boy Podcast, which is like the biggest podcast here.
Really? That's what they call them?
No, but that's too close to Sick Boy Podcast.
Okay. Oh, wait. Anyways, a hint for all you guys. I'm not going to call you talkies. That's ridiculous.
Walkie-talkies.
That's funny.
Could we just call them in talkies? No.
I don't know. We'll come up with something.
I don't even have a fan base. I'm pretty sure my fan base is just comedians.
It's mostly just comics. To all you people who definitely saw this bit then, a great messenger bit you can do in a group chat is you say, oh man, what a... And then you just type 4 asterisks. And then you say, oh, that's weird. You can't say the word... And then you just type 4 asterisks again. And you just keep doing that like over and over again. And you're like, just try it. Just try to type this word. And then one of your friends will type the word cunt. And you can laugh at them. It's so funny.
I feel like that works particularly good in group chats.
It definitely is a group chat thing. I got Emma with it. I was so excited when I got her, but then she got really into it and started trying to get everyone else. I got so excited.
I miss the group chat. Can I just say it?
They go away, they're fickle.
I feel like the majority of people are like happy it's done, but like I made a really sad.
It was a lot. I found it was.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of messages. I mean, there was like how many people? Like 20.
A lot. So like to catch the listeners up. So I made a group chat at the start of quarantine because of the debate streams, just to keep everybody in one place, and then we used it as a place to communicate every day at all hours.
It was
for months.
To be too much. Yeah.
For months.
Parts of it were not. I mean, it was never like bad. It was just that like you'd open it and it'd be like 200 missed messages, and you're like, I checked it this morning. Like, how's that possible? And it's like no, 300 missed messages. Sometimes it'd be like 400, and you just had to turn it off because otherwise, I mean, you couldn't work. You couldn't be on it if you were working.
I think it was good for the people who weren't working.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you sad, unemployed people need something to do.
We need some validation, a reason to get up in the morning.
Exactly.
But like, it did feel like we were closer as friends during that time. Or maybe everyone else is just close.
No, I don't think that's it at all. It was... And we were talking a lot, but like I'm not a big like messenger texter. Like I'm so bad at like texting people back.
You're really good on Zoom calls though.
Zoom calls.
We've had some good Zoom chats that like.
Yeah, I enjoy Zoom chat, but it's like your whole night then. I mean, it was a lot of the time. Yeah.
I remember. It still makes me laugh so fucking hard. I don't know if you were on this call, but I guess that there was a call that we did, and I left, and I made somebody else the host, and like it kept going like really, really late at night, and Sam just passed out on the couch, but woke up to like, I think it was you and Scott.
Yes, me talking?
To Scott?
Yeah, that's what he said.
You and Scott just talking.
So funny.
Imagine waking up to that.
It's the worst, yeah. Like so loud. I can't believe he didn't mute it before he went. But maybe he likes the noise when he's going to sleep. I like that.
Do you like noise when you go like?
I have a fan on.
Oh, fan for sure. Or like white noise, but like I don't think I could fall asleep to like. Although I have fallen asleep to podcasts.
I've done it,
A
but I
Rogan?
usually wake up like 10 minutes after I fall asleep, being like, ah, what the fuck's happening? Like, and usually with like, I used to fall asleep with headphones on a lot, so, like big ones.
They hurt.
Yeah, it stinks. But I do like, so my head's here, and then I've got them like,
Yeah.
like half on, half off. It's horrible.
You should get some sleep phones. Do you know what sleep
What are
phones
sleep
are?
phones?
So it looks like a headband, like a fabric headband that you would like wear, and the earbuds are embedded in the headband, so it's just flat.
But does it go into your ears?
No.
Okay, good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right?
I wouldn't want some shit in my ears.
Oh my god,
yeah.
that fucking hurts when you're wearing earbuds and then you like fall asleep on your
I've
side.
never had it happen. Seems so unsafe.
Okay, so
It's horrifically unsafe.
this is funny that you say that. So for the past like month, I would say, I've been waking up with my ears totally plugged. Like, you know the feeling like when you're flying or when you're underwater and like your ears are plugged, and I truly don't understand what's going on.
COVID.
So
It's COVID.
I have to literally do this for like a good 10 minutes when I wake up to unplug
No, all you
them.
have to do is go to a doctor.
I know I should go. I bet you it's.
should go to a
You know what's
doctor.
fucking gross? I bet
It's
you
a sinus issue.
I bet you it's earwax.
Do you not use a?
I do Q-tip clean them quite a bit.
Okay, then.
Because that's how you clean your ears, right?
Yeah.
Q-tip. There's no other
You're
way.
not even supposed to put a Q-tip in your ear.
How the fuck are you supposed to clean your ears other than
Well,
Q-tip?
The correct amount of wax is in them. Your ears generate wax to help you, not to hurt you. The wax is in there to stop shit from getting into your eardrums.
Right,
Shit like a giant stick.
but it
that
could-
You're shoving. No, I Q-tip too because it feels good. But shit like a giant stick that you're shoving in there, that's bad for you. What you're supposed to do is just clean your outer ear,
Right, which is typically what I would do.
not like in the ear.
But I don't know if it's because
scratches an itch. It scratches an itch when you go in there. It feels so good.
It really, really feels fucking
Okay.
good.
Listen, I don't care what doctors say. I don't care what the warning on the box says. You know, I'm not gonna stop putting Q-tips into my butthole.
Was that what that? I love
That's
that.
an old bit. I haven't
love
done
that.
it in a while.
I love that.
It's great. It's great when it just segues perfectly into a bit. Nice.
We just happen to be talking about Q-tips.
Yeah.
I think it's because I sleep on my side, like this, on my pillow, like
I
I'm
mean,
a
it's
side
probably
sleeper.
sinus issues. It's all connected. Like I get really bad on airplanes for that reason because I have sinus issues.
Oh
yeah.
my god, my ears on planes
They hurt
are the
so
fucking
bad on the way
worst.
down. Yeah, I hate it.
Oh my god.
I really hate it.
I actually thought like there was one flight where I was like, oh okay, I'm about to have a brain aneurysm.
I know people who have lost hearing from that though.
Oh, that's
Like, had
terrible.
their ears behind.
Would you rather lose your hearing or lose your sight?
Yeah, no question. Hearing is way easier. I mean, first of all, you lose your hearing, there's a good chance you can get a cochlear implant and get it back.
Right, but with blindness,
You just don't have
you're fucked.
It's a lot. I think it's a lot harder to navigate the world if you're blind. Although I mean I think it's fine. Like I think people find a way. I mean, I think it'd be worse to start. That's a tough question though. To have loved and lost, you know, like is it better to start off with sight and lose it, or to be born without sight?
So there's a girl on YouTube who's a blind girl, and she spent like I think 14 years of her life seeing, and then went blind. And she says she doesn't remember shit
About
anything. When you go blind, you lose. You don't remember. You don't even remember what it's like to see.
That's crazy. Well,
Isn't
how
that
old is she
fucking
now?
wild? She's like my age. She's like
Okay,
23.
Yeah, that's fair. She's 23 like you. So it only took 9 years. It only took 9 years with sight.
She's a hard 23.
She's a well, no, you know, you and her, just a couple of 23-year-old gals.
Oh my god! Again, last night I was fucking talking about this, about how women and aging. Am I right? It's hard. Just about how Brad McDonald was acting like a literal frat boy outside of that show when those 23-year-olds were walking by, like looking all hot and stuff. And I was just like, this is why I care so much about looking good, because Because you could be having a really good conversation with someone your age, and like say like there's like whatever, like they're okay to look at and they're interesting and they're your age, but it doesn't mean shit if a 23-year-old with a short skirt walks by.
It's just like,
oh my gosh, it's just funny. It was just funny to me how much he was like,
let's say,
holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Like he's the 38-year-old man.
No, but he was saying holy shit at, these women that they would go out in that. That's what he was saying holy shit at.
Why don't they have a coat?
It's like, when you like, let's say you're out in the woods and you come upon this beautiful lake, and you see a beautiful loon sitting in the middle of it. What am I gonna do? Not look at that fucking loon, Yeah, and that's what they sound like to me. It's just they're always saying whatever the loons say.
Would you say a lake is your favorite body of water?
No, it's the Atlantic Ocean. We've been over this.
Damn it!
You're not fucking with me.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, you see a lady, like, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, I don't think you should leer because it makes people uncomfortable. But, like, let's say somebody walks by and you just look at him like, you can appreciate that people are...
Oh, no, 100%. Yeah. I just found it very comical.
It was,
how much he was reacting.
I didn't notice that as much as you did.
Well, probably not.
I didn't notice. I wasn't looking at Brad so much during these moments, I guess. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, Brad's a funny guy, though. Oh, yeah.
But also, do you have any stupid stories from when you were a kid? Like stupid shit that you've done as a kid? Because I was thinking about it today about the stupid shit that we do as kids to have fun.
Kids, we got together. It was like 4 or 5 of us, and we just went up to this kid. I think he was. I don't know. He had some kind of issue, anyways, and all 5 of us, we just jumped on him and we started beating him.
Oh my God, that's wild.
It was so funny.
Did he die?
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, my friends, we just got together and we murdered.
Oh my God.
We murdered this child.
I would say that, yes, that's pretty dumb.
It was so silly.
Oh my God.
Why did we do that,
Jesus. Yeah. Well, what we used to do for fun was we would climb pine trees and slide down the branches.
Oh my God, we used to climb. Well, we didn't really have many pine trees, but we had a lot of like evergreens.
Did ya? Were you like an outdoorsy kid?
Well, I mean, I grew up in St. Lawrence, so like we had a woods behind my backyard, and I mean, we went camping all the time as kids. Like, I mean, you're in like rural Newfoundland. What are you gonna do?
So cold there though, and windy.
I mean, it's like 25% worse than the weather here. Like
that's true.
It's basically the same.
It's actually quite nice. It's actually quite nice. I've only been there once.
Yeah. It's just I mean, Halifax has like better weather. There's no doubt, but it's like marginally better and less wind for sure, and less. It's weird because when people talk about like Halifax being stormy, I'm always like, oh, you should have been Newfoundland. And then when people talk about the weather being bad in Newfoundland, I'm like, oh, no, it's nice. Like, I'm just such a defensive person about Newfoundland. Like, whatever you say about it, if I get like the tinge of negativity, I'm like, no, it's really good. Or if you're like, no, the place I grew up in was shitty, I was like, no, mine was shittier. It's like always just I guess it's just me being an asshole, really.
Yeah, I mean, people love to play that game of I'm stronger than you, in the sense that I'm more resilient because of the weather. I do not enjoy Halifax weather. I wish it would.
Then you definitely wouldn't like Newfoundland, because Newfoundland's just like a little bit worse in terms of the weather.
That's
like
true.
St. John. I mean, I love St. John's, but St. John's is a little bit, to me, of a worse city than Halifax. Because Halifax is bigger, there's more to do.
Right.
And, I mean, it's different. But the people are really nice in both. Like, I know that Newfoundland kind of has that stereotype that everyone's, like, super friendly in Newfoundland. And they are. But, like, they are here, too. Like, people are really friendly here. Culturally, it might be slightly different in Newfoundland, I guess, because it's kind of that, like, Newfie thing is, like, big. But, I mean, they're pretty similar places, but it's bigger here and the weather's a bit better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Newfoundland, I find that there's the whole, like, you're a mainlander. Like, who do you think you are? Like, you know, the whole initiation, the whole...
Screeching people in so funny that you guys do that. Like, all you fucking mainlanders, you're just like, oh, you said kiss a fish. Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it.
I never did that when I went.
It's super funny. Like, I'm glad I was from here and I didn't have to do it. Although not having an accent. I remember a friend of mine being like, no, you're from Ontario. It's like, no, I'm not from Ontario. He's like, no, I'm pretty sure you told me that you're from Ontario. Like,
oh my God, why would someone argue with you about where
with
you're
me.
from?
Like, they're arguing. I was like, no, like I grew up in the Bay. I just, you know,
right.
Parents were teachers, you know. They
Oh my gosh.
taught me how to speak. You know, and nothing against like people who have an accent. Obviously, I just don't.
Right.
Yeah.
The accent thing is always
like,
weird.
I have a tiny amount of one, I think. But
I
like,
do
not
too.
much.
I feel like with Maritimers,
People from Ontario recognize that I have an accent.
they do, and I can also hear Ontario in some people as
Ontario's
well.
definitely, yeah. I mean, you can tell it's like a little bit different, yeah.
It is, yeah.
But like Newfoundland, I think people would know which side of the country I'm from, but I don't think everyone would pick up Newfoundland. I think a lot of people, I think anybody who knew Newfoundland would know I was from Newfoundland.
Right.
Like for the most part.
That's fascinating. Yeah, I don't know. If I were to just meet you, I don't know if I would know.
No, that's fair. I feel like if you lived in Newfoundland, you'd probably pick it up then.
That's interesting.
Especially like it's some words. Like it's not all, but it's some. Like there's definitely some things I say that are for sure Newfie things. Fuck, I forgot what it was. There was something I said that I genuinely had no idea it was a Newfoundland thing, and I just found out like recently that it was like, and I said it all the time, and it was like somebody just said it was like the opposite of what I was trying to say, and I was like, I don't think so. Like, this is just a phrase. And I asked my sister, and she was like, no, I mean I say that. That's perfectly normal.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes. Like I used to say, bet. Like if somebody was beaten up yesterday, I would say they were bet up. Yeah, which is not like good English.
Beat up.
Yeah.
Beat up. I could see how that would roll off the tongue. Though.
It makes sense, you know, but it's not. I mean,
it's past tense.
That's one where I just stopped saying it because it was wrong. So I stopped saying it. But I've never been somebody who will be like, you know, what do you have by? Like I never say bye.
I know that's why it's wild to me because I feel like most Newfoundlanders that I know
a lot of them
are like
sure,
that.
Yeah.
Or they're not, but it comes out when they're drunk.
Yeah, I definitely have more of an accent if I'm drunk. There's no question. But mostly, I don't.
Yeah. Should we do these shadow work questions?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Wait, an actual story from my youth I will tell.
Obviously, yes, tell me.
Murdering that kid wasn't true, but just of dumb things. When we were like 5 or 6, there was this older kid who told me and a friend of mine that there was $1 million in this old garage. It was an old abandoned garage, and he said there was like $1 million in there, and he was like, yeah, so we just got to go like throw rocks at it, and then we'll break the windows, and then we'll like go in and we'll get the $1 million. And we were like, sick, let's get that money, you know, me and my 5-year-old.
For real?
Yeah. So we went over and we just started throwing rocks at this old building's windows every day after school for like 2 weeks. And we just forgot about the money. And we were just going over there and throwing rocks, then breaking the windows. And then I was like 5 or 6, and I was just walking up from the gas station one day, and this old guy pulls over in his truck, and he's like, hey, are you breaking the windows of this garage? And I was like, I mean, yeah. Then I got in trouble, and I like lost my allowance for a long time to like pay for the windows. And it definitely it wasn't. I forget my parents were like, "You've got to pay for these windows," and I think it worked out to be like, you know, maybe it was like $40 worth of my allowance or something, like however long. It was like several weeks with no allowance, which is a big deal to me.
Back then,
there's no way. My parents obviously, I realize now, just paid for the windows and just like designed an appropriate punishment. It's not like they were like, you get no allowance until these are paid off, because I would have never had an allowance again.
Do you remember windows I was just thinking how much was allowance, because like I don't remember
$5 a week. I remember when it went up to 10. But I used to get $5 a week when I was a kid. I was growing up in St. Lawrence. That's different.
That's fair. What did you buy with your allowance money? Did you
About,
go down and
candy.
get a cherry Coke?
I'd buy candy. Yeah, I mean, buy some penny candy. We used to buy penny candy.
You buy like a little bag of candy.
You know, you might save it up. Buy some. You get like a movie rental and some candy.
Oh fuck yeah, movie
And my
rentals,
parents used
man.
to, when we were very young, our parents would just they'd buy us a treat or two a week. They'd be like, okay, you can have this, but that's your treat.
What was like
That's your treat. You know? I mean, go ahead, but that's your treat. You know, you might want that treat later.
Oh, just checking. Oh, okay. Richie's just saying that he leaves on Monday.
Oh shit.
Try to get a podcast in with him before he leaves. What was I gonna say? Do you remember what your favorite, like, if you were to like go with your dad or your mom to the corner store to get, you had one treat. Like, what was your thing? Like, what was your go-to? I loved those fucking individually wrapped caramels.
Those were good, yeah.
Those were like my
think you get,
favorite.
like 100.
Yeah, you get like a bunch. Yeah.
I was always a big Reese's cup guy, and Reese's Pieces. I love peanut butter, but I also just loved a bunch of penny candy.
Fuck yeah, so
and
good.
like sometimes 5-cent candy, but I'd always be like, "Is this 5 times better? Is it? Because I can get that for a penny." Because like having 1,000 of something is inherently better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember once, just buying like so much fucking penny candy.
Oh my god.
Great times.
So you were talking about throwing rocks at a garage.
Yeah, so we just threw rocks at it, and then we got in trouble, and then like for sure, I was thinking at the time it felt like they were like, you have to pay for this, but then I'm like, how much do windows cost? Like I definitely did like a few $100s worth of damage. There's no way it was less than a few $100, and like my parents were definitely like, no allowance for 2 months. So it's like they just got fucked. It really fucked my parents out of some money on that one. It did teach me a lesson because I genuinely thought I was, making amends.
You were trying to find money to better your life.
Yeah, that's exactly. But we forgot about that million so fast. Do you know how fun it is to just throw rocks through windows? Like it was so sick. Me and my buddy would just be like, "Oh, let's go throw rocks at this."
I used to take a tennis racket and a ball.
But I just folded so quickly when he asked me. He's like, "Did you do it?" Oh yeah, that was me. And I was like, I did feel bad. I wasn't like, oh yeah, like to be a tough guy. I was like, oh no, I'm caught. That was me.
That would be me now too. Yeah. I don't think I could ever like lie, or like.
I could definitely lie.
You think?
Yeah, like it's nice to see you today.
Fuck you. The longest running bit that I've ever done is being your friend, Albert.
Oh, it's very uncalled for, sir. It's very rude.
So when I was growing up, I thought that my next door neighbors were vampires.
That's crazy. Were they?
So what we used to do is we would investigate their backyard, and we would dig to try bones.
Oh my god!
Like we would look in the woods, and we would kind of spy.
Were they like creepy people?
No, but okay. Have you ever seen the movie The Burbs with Tom Hanks? Okay, yeah. old Tom Hanks movie. Okay. Like delightfully bad. Like one of those bad movies that you would watch and be entertained by. But their thing was they had neighbors that were vampires, and they would always see the basement light. The basement light was always on, so there must be some creepy shit going on in the basement.
The lights off?
That's
Is it just the sunlight that bothers them?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what.
Maybe. Anyways,
now I'm trying to think back to the Burbs movie because it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because of that movie, I thought my next door neighbors were vampires, so we used to investigate. The other thing I used to do when I was a little older was I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so I would get a stick and practice being a vampire slayer. We would set up obstacle courses and run around and pretend to fight vampires.
That's
so fucking dumb.
Oh my god!
But that's what you did when you live in the country.
And you're just practicing for the vampires when they really come. You're like,
right?
Hey, when these fucking vampires come, I'm gonna be ready. I'm not gonna be one of those chumps. Yeah, I'm not gonna be the France of the vampire invasion. I'm gonna be ready. I'm not gonna have my wooden stake turret set up so it can only point in one direction. I'm not going to be overrun by these fucking vampires.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. But it's just like we didn't have phones or the internet, so like that's the stupid shit you'd have to do to have fun.
No, absolutely. I mean, we used to just fuck around. We used to go in the woods all the time. And I remember thinking there was my cousin convinced me there was this weird monster that just lived. And I think he showed us a picture. Like, I think he just found a picture online and he convinced us there was this weird monster that lived. And, like, at first he said it lived in his place, which was in town. But then when we were like he was out in our place and he was like, yeah, and it's in your backyard too. And I just thought there was this monster. And he was like, yeah, the only way you can get it is you gotta rip out its tongue. It's got this giant tongue.
What the fuck? You just made this up?
Yeah, he just convinced us there was this fucking monster. And I remember him showing it to us. It was like a weird...
Like a Loch Ness monster?
No, it was more like a Sasquatch kind of, but like not a Sasquatch. It had a different name. I forgot what it was called. But yeah, he just convinced us there was this fucking monster.
I
Scared the
believed
shit
in
out of us.
everything. I believed in everything when I was young. Like monsters and fucking luck dragons in the sky because of the Neverending Story.
I didn't after like... What are you talking about being a kid? Like cap it at 10?
Yeah, I would say
Okay,
so.
yeah.
Because
When
I mean, when did I get my period? Like grade 6?
Okay.
Which what age is that? 13?
12, I guess.
12, 13? Yeah, so I would say 10.
Old enough.
Yeah, once you're 10.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. That's such a fucked up thing to say. So gross.
Oh my god. Have you heard about this like controversy about this movie Cuties going around?
I haven't actually seen it.
I haven't actually seen it either.
I feel like it's something I wouldn't want to watch.
No.
For the same reason I wouldn't want to watch any of those pageant shows. I do think it's gross. And
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it. I'm sure it's got a great point. I'm sure the point is that it's gross. But like some things are making a point. It's like I understand that it's bad for media to sexualize children. You don't have to teach that to me.
I know,
I'm
right?
well aware that that's something that happens and is bad.
Comedian that I follow made this mock-up of a t-shirt that just said, I watch Cuties and now all I have is this lousy erection.
It's so fucking funny. Oh my god. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's gotten in a lot of trouble. Like people are talking about banning Netflix, but I don't think they realize that like all of those pageants are essentially the same thing. Like it's about pageants, right?
I thought it was about, like, I don't even really know, to be honest.
I just
I
know
don't
it's
really know what
about
the movie's
kids.
about.
Yeah, I assumed it was about pageants, but like those pageant kids are, I mean, some of them are legitimately like getting molested. Like that's something that's happening right now. So it's like if you're against, I mean, which is probably true of anything that involves a lot of children and adults who aren't their parents supervising them. Like I'm sure that's
absolutely, and that's the crazy part. Yeah,
if they're not well regulated, but I feel like that's almost worse in that it's a beauty contest. For these kids, you know what I mean? I feel like that makes it worse. Like it attracts. I mean, the same way that like the Boy Scouts did, or
Brownies. I was in Brownies.
I was in Cubs and Beavers when I was growing up.
Were you? Yeah.
I got my butt touched a couple of times. No, I'm just kidding. It didn't happen. No, it was very nice. It's very wholesome. Our beavers and all that. We had the.
What'd you guys do? Yeah, what did
race?
Oh, okay.
I was big into like organized shit like that when I was a kid, like because I got really into cadets. I was in cadets from like.
Oh, were you really?
13 to 18, like from the whole time. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, super fun.
Now what?
Got to sail and like got taught how to sail like a boat. Sick.
It really teaches you to be like back then I was so against all that stuff. Like I hated brownies, but I was just a fucking lazy ass kid. Didn't want to do anything.
That's exactly
but now that I'm older, I'm like, I actually should have done those things.
It gives you structure for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely, it was definitely very positive for me, and they pay you in cadets, which is sick. Like they, when you're just a cadet, like at cadet camp, they give you, I think it was $60 a week.
I'm gonna be honest. For a long time, I always just thought cadets was just standing in uniform still.
But that's kind of like the image of it, because that's what's presented to people. But no, like we used to go on sailing weekends. We went up here to Glace Bay for a week with our cadet corps when I was like, and we there was like I was involved in like the drill competitions and stuff as well, so that was fun. But like they sent me to when I was 16 to go to BC for camp, like on Vancouver Island.
Oh shit!
And I was doing, it was a marine engineering course, and you got like a legitimate like marine engineering ticket. Like it was a watchkeeping ticket, like the first ticket you get if you went through the Navy, but like the first level. So an actual ticket, and you learn how to run these yags, which were like old ferries in
Old
BC.
yags.
Yeah, that's the old yags, dirty old yags.
That's what they call me and my girlfriends when we go.
The old yags. But yeah, it was sick. They just let us like basically sail these things around, and we went from there to actual Vancouver, and they just set us loose in Vancouver for like 6 hours.
Holy
at 16
shit!
Years old. It was sick, and you were getting paid and like learning how to do it. It was so much fun.
Oh my god! Damn.
Yeah, it was like a super positive experience.
I wish like adults could do shit like that.
That's the thing, is that there's no thing about the funding that went into making that program, and you can make the argument for doing that for kids, but like, can you pass up, like, I mean, if you're off work, it's easier. It's just the cost of the thing. But if you're off work, you usually can't afford to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, you can't afford to like go on trips. And when you are working, you don't have more than 3 weeks off a year.
That's right.
It's a.
I think adulthood is a sham, and I hate it. And I miss childhood now.
I'd honestly
now that we're
rather be an adult than a child, though.
I beg to differ.
That's so funny. I'd go back this instant. Well, because it can't last forever.
No, well, that's the thing. I just think I literally just think I'm bad at adulting. I'm bad at getting important stuff done. I'm really good at getting everything done that I don't have to get done.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I don't know. I like just work 40 hours a week, not 35 hours, 37 and a half hours a week.
You're already more of an adult then.
You just have to do that every week, and it just forces you to like, it really does just make you like live in a different way than you can when you're not working. Like when I have time off, like I can go back to like, you know, sleeping on a bad schedule and all that. But you have to have like a lunch made. You know, you have to have food when you get home. Like it adds so much structure to your life that it's kind of like, I mean, it's a positive and a negative thing. I feel like I wouldn't work if I didn't
have to.
Yeah.
Like
if I could just get $50K a year.
Yeah.
For no strings attached, I feel like I'd just do things that I want to do, like comedy and shit like that, and like travel. But like. That's not the world that we live in. And it would be, you know what? If you had it, you probably wouldn't appreciate it, and you'd be shitty about it. At the end of the day, that's the way we're built. I feel like if you're not working for something, it just doesn't mean anything to us. So, like, it's good that you have to work. And, like now, I would definitely like to be able to do comedy as a job. But, like...
I was going to ask you if... Because with stand-up, and especially for me, like... Because you're... How long? You're a year and a half? Almost 2 years?
Yeah, a little over a year and a half.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad I nailed that. How did I nail that?
January 19th.
That's how I know, I think, because back in January, we were just starting to be friends.
Yeah.
And you said your 1 year comedy is coming up, and you said that you want to take comedy out for dinner, and fuck it.
That's so funny. It would have been right after the 1 year that I was on here.
Yeah.
Because Freed's show happened to have been on my 1 year, and I'd forgotten about it. I was on the show.
And you just forgot?
I just forgot that it was a year in, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't think of it until afterwards. I knew I was about a year. But
well, that's when you know. Cause
no, you know what? I thought it was a different day. It was the 19th, I'm pretty sure. But I think I thought of it as being a different day.
That's what happens with this one's birthday. I always forget. And she always gets on my case. She goes...
Does Mindy get mad about... She doesn't look like she gets mad about much right now, yeah. Seems pretty chill up there.
Just to be a cat and just sleep for 12 hours a day.
It must... Although, I mean, the thing is, you just don't have a brain like big enough to get like anxious about how dumb you are. That's the thing about cats.
Oh my god. You know what would be so funny? Comedians roasting people's pets.
Hey, your fucking tail looks dumb. What are those lines on it? Hey,
It's like
eat a dick.
It's like she's trying to be a raccoon, but is a cat. Fuck, what was I gonna literally say before I looked at my cat? What? Oh yeah, the comedy thing. Yeah. I'm really excited to get to a point where I lose track of what set number I am. Because right now I'm still so like hyper aware of it.
I feel like I stopped counting after like 5 or 6.
Did you really? I'm still counting.
Yeah. Maybe that's.
But I think that's because I record every.
Oh, if you record every set, it'd be way easier. I wasn't
So
recording.
I label them. So I go set 10, set 11.
No, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. If you do that, then you're gonna remember them all.
Mm. Oh, so last night I gotta tell a story about last night.
Oh yeah, last night some shit was happening. Tell the people about it, Sarah.
So I wasn't supposed to do.
Talk your shit, Sway. Referencing radio shows.
I don't know that. That reference is lost on me.
Sway in the morning. Shit.
Sway in the morning?
Yeah.
What was that? A Newfoundland radio?
No, it's from Sirius. It's from Shade 4-5.
Okay.
M&M's radio station. Yeah. That's what it's called. It's called Shade 4-5.
Oh my god. Okay, so daily grind. So I wanted to go find an outfit for debates. So I went to go to Park Lane Mall. Park Lane Mall was not open because Google is a piece of shit and doesn't update their hours, like, of the COVID bullshit.
Sucks, yeah.
So I was just downtown, and I was like, I'm gonna go say hi, and that's when I knew. It was like, I can't just go say hi at like an open mic.
No, you can't say hi.
You know, like they're gonna tell me to go up.
Say hi to the open mic.
And so there's a couple spots, so I took a spot, and I was third or fourth? Third. And I was totally unprepared. Looked like shit. Had a stained shirt on. Wrote my just kind of quickly wrote down.
That's good though.
What I wanted to do.
Life. Yeah.
And then I went up, had a really good set. Like
nice.
It was really good. And noticed while I was doing it that the guy right at the front stood me up years ago.
Oh shit.
And so I didn't say anything when I was on stage, but I told Robbie about it. And then Robbie went up and fucking reamed into him.
For, like, standing you up?
Yeah, he was like, so did you write? Because he knew the guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Robbie knows everybody.
That's true. Robbie, he knows an insane amount of people.
Everyone. So he was like...
everyone, like, who works in the bar industry, he knows, like, directly. Mm-hmm. But then he knows everyone who's, like, a friend of his. But Vino seems very good at, like, remembering people, too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
yes.
That,
names and faces and knowing.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that.
No, I'm not good with names. Like, I could look at someone and go, I've met you before.
I don't know if it's just, like, honestly, if it's, like, somebody I met 5 years ago or somebody who's on the same bus as me every, like, week.
Right.
Would I know the difference between that? I don't know.
That's crazy. Some people just don't recognize faces.
I mean, I'm good at recognizing faces, I would say, overall. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't have a good memory.
Oh, no, I don't either.
I feel. I mean, maybe I would. Maybe I'd know the difference between, because... I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm actually pretty garbage at it as well. Like, people...
Names, I'm very bad.
People will come up and talk to me, like, they know me, and then they'll walk away, and I'll be like, I have no idea.
That doesn't... Yeah, I mean, people don't usually come up to me and talk to me. So the advantage of being a lady.
I'm so sorry, but most times it's other women. That was the thing. Like, it's not even.
Yeah, no, exactly. But like, women don't come up and just talk to me. You know. I mean, Albert,
no, I think I said this last weekend. I don't remember how you came up in conversation, but I was like, I think Albert would be a really good date. Like, I think you would show a lady a good time.
Yeah, no doubt.
In terms of just being fun and like.
Yeah, doing fun. I've been on some dates recently, which has been okay.
It's been going fun?
Yeah.
Having fun?
Yeah.
It's not like a terribly uncomfortable experience for you.
No.
That's good.
I just don't do it much. Like, I don't know. It's fucking hard to, like, you know.
It
do
is.
Trying to find people and the concept of it is fucked. Like, especially when we've just been alone for such a long time. Like, the idea of
I know.
The idea of it going poorly kind of stinks, but the idea of it going well, like, is pretty, like,
Scary
intimidating too. Yeah,
It's like, how do you do it?
For a long time. Well, it's not even like how do you do it. Like, how do you just not? Like, I'm pretty fucking busy. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's it too,
I'm just
right?
working, and it's just like the thought of like it goes well, and then you're like, what do I not get to see my friends anymore? Because like that's about what it is. Like I don't have that much time now to like do. I mean, I'm doing like shows all the time, and then I'm working, so it's like. It's just a lot. I mean, I guess you just get better at managing your time.
I think it would
But
just
I need
be
time to like
managing
just
time.
fuck off. Like yesterday, I just did nothing. It was great.
Is
But,
it?
like, I don't get that many of those days anymore.
I truly don't either.
Yeah.
Even on weekends, I'm like doing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like preparing stuff. Like it feels like as you get older and busier, you have to work to have fun. You have to try.
I mean, I'm having fun. Like every time I do a set and go
It's
out,
fun.
And it's not like I'm not seeing my friends because like I'm now friends with comics. I love hanging out with them. It's so much fun. But I have lots of other friends, you know,
Yeah,
who
you
I also
do.
want to see.
Yeah.
And it's just harder to see them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And they're all, it's not like it's like me being like, oh, I don't have any time. Everyone gets busy.
Everyone-
You just don't see people as much. And it's kind of a bummer, yeah.
Yeah. So
And
you're
then you think about
29. You're at the age too. Like I'm 33. It's that same age. People are starting to have
And it's not the same age.
families.
You're way older.
Same age. Same
I'm just kidding.
age range.
No, it's 20 to 29. The bracket I'm in. You're in 30 to 40.
I just killed myself live on the podcast.
No, I'm just kidding. No, it is basically the same age.
Yeah, no, it's.
I mean,
it's
one's a little younger, one's a little
It
older.
is
but-
legitimately. I don't know. Do you find it hard to make plans with friends in terms of like nailing down a plan to like just get together and drink and talk and like hang out? Like
I don't know, I feel
find
like it's
it.
different with guys too.
Is it? How? Ooh, tell me.
Well, like I could hit up like Cross, and if we're both not doing anything, we just hang out like right away. You know what I mean? Or,
I feel like
whatever,
women
see,
want to
like-
plan more. They
Yeah,
wanna
you know what I mean.
plan
Like
ahead.
if I hit up a buddy of mine and neither of us are doing anything, there's a good chance we'll just hang out. You know what I mean? I think it's great.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is about
It's just harder now because it's like shows all the time and everyone's doing everything.
shows.
But like you know what I mean? Like it's just
Scheduling.
I feel like ladies do like to have a plan because I mean there's a lot of women who won't go out without having like 2 hours to prepare. It's a lot. Oh, it's tough. I don't have that. I'll go out without a fucking shower sometimes. Like, what the fuck do I care? If I'm not gonna be around
Me
a
too.
bunch of like ladies, like I'll just go out and like fuck it. I don't give a shit.
But for the ladies, you shower.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna go out and like stink in front of the ladies.
No, but you.
But like
But
if I'm hanging with my buds, yeah. Well, no.
You'll-
I'll put on deodorant before I leave my house. But like I'll go like I definitely like I've gone to shows without shower, but then we go out afterwards and I'm like feeling like insecure about it. Especially I actually sweat a lot more when I don't shower because I start to get anxious about the fact that I haven't showered. And then it like just makes me sweaty. So it
That's
really
funny.
sucks. Yeah.
I've had times where I've gone out and I hate this when that happens, but I'll like forget to put deodorant on, and I know it's not strong, but I know.
Once
That
you
it's
become
not?
aware of it, it's bad. Yeah, I know. I've bought deodorant out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I've gotten
for
the
sure.
travel size ones.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I bought. I went to work one day and didn't do that, and I was like, oh, I forgot my lunch, and then like went out to the gas station. And, like, bought some 'cause it was like, I just need it.
I also do it with headphones. If my headphones break at work or like if I'm out, I'll literally just buy
I'll
cheap
often not have
earbuds.
headphones. Like,
Really? I need to have
I
headphones.
don't know.
all the time.
I don't like to be dependent on them.
Yeah, good point.
Because
Good
you like to
fucking
be
point.
able to be somewhat okay with your own thoughts and
I-
thinking about things.
I've been frequently
numbs
told
you.
that I'm in my own world. People see me when I'm out, and I'm not even aware of what's going on.
I have
like,
to be. I'll often also do one headphone in, one headphone out.
see, I hate that.
When I'm
'cause-
walking towards my apartment, I'll almost always because one of my neighbors just like yelled out to me and like I legitimately didn't hear him because I've got like no, I mean I don't mean the headphones, but I've got my hair and like the earbuds were in, and I just legitimately
It's-
couldn't hear shit.
What did they
And
yell?
it's like, hey, what's up or something. You know what I mean? And I was just talking to them later, and they were like, you had headphones in there, and it just seems rude, like because you can't see them because my hair's covering them.
Right. Oh,
You know what
that's
I mean?
fair.
Like,
So it looks
I
like
don't
you're
think
just a
they
jerk.
thought. I don't think they thought that I was just being an asshole. But you know what I mean. You don't want it to be like.
No.
You don't want it to be a consideration.
Yeah. No, that's
Just
fair.
say hi to you and like you don't say hi back. It's kind of rude.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's I'm
Like when I'm getting on the bus, you know what I mean. You just want to be aware of your surroundings.
the bus. The bus. I like drowning at the bus. If I'm honest,
Mm.
there's some.
When
But
you're on or when you're getting on? Because when I'm getting on, got one out, so I can be like, "Hey, thank you for letting me ride your busmobile."
I have headphones in all the time. I rarely take them out, honestly.
I often take one out. Although today, I took a bus, transfer, expired 7:30. I get on that bus, 7:47, and the guy says, "Thank you." I just go back on.
Do they can't? There's no way they can see the time on the transfer.
One dude did. I also I probably shouldn't say man, sorry. No,
He got really nice.
Lady.
He got mad at you for the transfer?
No, my transfer was valid, but I go in and I just show it to him, and I'm holding it up in the most visible way, and he's like, "Just 1 second," and he's like, I don't know if he was happy. He had glasses on, and he was like, "Okay, you're fine." I was like, "What are you doing? Fucking
Jesus.
don't if you hate your job, just quit."
Yeah.
Don't fucking put this on me.
I'm so pro quitting a job that you hate.
If you don't like doing it, just quit your fucking job. Although, he probably is one of those guys who just enjoys the authority of being this transfer's no good.
Oh, my God.
Fucking
You're
ruin
10
somebody.
cents short from your change.
Fuck off. Yeah. It's just, give people a break. You see me running towards it. Well, it was one a few times, and I feel like I was talking to you when this happened, but I was so goddamn mad. The bus from my work, there's 2 buses now. There's a new bus that goes from my work. It's always early. It's perpetually early by 5 to 7 minutes, which is way too early because it runs every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Way too early.
Yeah,
to get.
if you leave early, you're not on time.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it just goes up. So here's the street where I would catch it, and then right here, I think this is clear enough for the bus. Just right, you make a right, and then it's 100 feet up the road is where it stops and pulls over in order to wait until it's on time, so it'll catch up and it's not constantly running ahead.
Right.
So I'm going to get the bus, and again, it's 5 to 7 minutes early, and I'm running because I see it, and I wave to him to let him know that I'm running there, and when he's pulled over, and I'm say 4 feet from the back, knowing that he's going to go around the corner and wait for 5 minutes, I slow down to a brisk walk instead of running. I'm also in fucking work shoes. They're not built for running. I'm not built for running. I'm not a guy who should run. It's not good for my knees. You know what I mean? It's just not healthy. So I fucking slow down to walk up to the bus. And as I'm walking towards the bus, I'm halfway up the bus. He literally just fucking pulls out. He pulls out and leaves. And then I walk around. I don't run. I walk around to where he's waiting. Because, again, it's just, I don't know, it's 300, 400 meters or something up the road. So I walk around to catch him, and he's still there. And I go in, and I'm like, you couldn't have waited? You didn't see me? And he's like, no, I saw you, but I noticed you stopped making an effort.
Oh, my fucking God.
That's literally, I was like, okay. But you made a fucking decision to leave, to go wait up there instead. And he waited further than he usually does.
Oh, my
Usually
God.
he'd stop at the stop before, but he went even further away.
Oh my God!
What a piece of shit!
Yeah,
I was
there's
so
some-
mad.
there's some
'Cause
shitty drivers.
It's going out of your way to be an asshole.
Yeah, and
You made a decision. You were like, well, he didn't try hard enough to get to me. What the fuck difference does it make? You're going to wait.
God, I hate it, and it's always when you're really close. It's never when you're
Maybe he just thought I should
kind
lose
of
some
far
weight.
away.
Maybe he was like, this guy should exercise a little. And even then, it's just fuck you. You know.
They suck. I hate it when
And a
they
lot of them are
see you. They
great.
see you. They literally see you. There's no way he didn't see you.
A lot of Oh, he saw me because he said he made a decision.
Yeah.
He said I decided
Because
to-
you slowed down.
Because I pulled over and
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
And I could have waited 12 seconds
Oh my
for you to get
God.
to the door. And I decided, no, you know what? If he's not running, I'm not waiting.
Oh my God! What a piece
And that's
of
what
shit.
that's what I said to him too. I was like, but you're 7 minutes early.
Yeah.
Because I caught him up to the other thing. It was like, what, you can't wait for 12 seconds for me there? You're going to wait 8 minutes for me up here?
So fucking dumb.
ridiculous.
When was this?
I don't know, like a month or two ago.
That's
I'm still mad about
wild.
it.
That's
Yeah,
fucking...
like who the fuck does that? Yeah. It's just a dick. Now, a lot of drivers are great. Like the guy who used to always pick me up on the way to work would, he'd legitimately, because I run late, you know what I mean? And this is, like, if I miss a bus because I'm late, that's my fault.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
give a shit. I'm not going to blame the driver for me being late.
Mm-hmm.
But he literally used to, like, peer over and see if I was running through the parking lot to, like, catch the bus. And he'd wait for me.
Aww,
Very nice.
Because
of
he
him.
knew
And-
you were a regular and knew that you were coming.
Yeah, because I'd get there all the
yeah.
time, and like I'd often be like getting there just in time, so we'd wait, and that was very nice. But like, I wouldn't expect that. I mean, if you didn't see me, like when it went to a different driver and they weren't waiting, but that's one of those ones too. So like, I'm right after the terminal, so it's like if that bus is early, it's like I never expect it to be early. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's there at past,
Right.
like every day. But then like a couple of times it's been there at like 27 after, and I've been like, you broke the rules.
Yeah.
Like, you're not allowed to leave then.
I hate it when it's you're walking towards the bus and they're facing you. Like they're facing you. So you're not even coming up from behind, you're coming up from front, and you're walking right on the edge and you're waving, and like they still leave. Like that is, like you said, it's literally being a jerk to be a jerk.
It's literally just somebody who is angry at their clients.
Mm-hmm.
The clients, the people they're supposed to be serving, they don't like them.
One thing
They
I will
think we're
say,
a bunch of no good bums.
one thing I will say about a pissed off male bus driver, they drive real fucking fast. So if you're running late,
Oh my god.
I love it.
I had
Love
one
it.
guy who was running. He was already like 15 minutes late, and then he like, as we're leaving, just the light turns red, as lights are known to do. And he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And I just hear him say, "What the fuck?" Because I was sitting next to him, and I was like, "This guy like," and somebody like pulls off before him, and he's like, "Ah!" He's like just getting all mad. It's like, man, you're 15 minutes late. It's fine. I'll be okay. But he was just getting so mad because I'm sure he fucked up somehow to get to be 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just hit every light. Sometimes that happens.
Oh my god.
Like, don't let yourself get that mad. I would have missed the bus if he wasn't late. Sometimes it works.
I just love a pissed off bus driver because they
so
step
mad.
they step on the fucking gas and they
To
go
get
fast.
to a light, though, I hate it when people, like, in city traffic,
yeah.
people, like, step on the gas to, like, get to the stop. It's like, fucking learn how to drive smoothly. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, like, take your foot off the gas before you brake.
Yeah.
Like, don't go from
Oh, yeah.
gas to brake.
Oh yeah, and so many of them do that. I once
lot.
smoked my head on the bar because of that. Because like
brutal.
someone
Yeah, it's so
braked
easy
so
to do, yeah.
fast.
No,
Transit
others-
rants
Yeah.
with Albert and Sarah.
Yeah.
Transit. What was I gonna say? How are you finding all these, like all the mics, like keeping up with all these open mics every week?
It's a lot, honestly. I love it, though.
Yeah.
They're great. You just have to show up to them now.
Which is
Kai
awesome.
Brady's is a raffle now, which is interesting. I haven't been there since, and I'm going to be at Gus next Monday, so I'll probably miss it Monday too. Shout out to Gus Pub and Kai Brady's.
Kai Brady's.
I've only been to one of their shows, but it was super fun. Yeah,
So
Brandon
good.
and Durham, very good hosts.
Oh my gosh, they're
But,
yeah, and it fills up.
But they're doing a raffle now. Have you been to it since it's
I
raffle?
have not, and
No, 'cause
that's
that was you were at
such a
Gus.
good idea because I went one night and I
Get
thought
there
I
20
was
minutes early.
I thought I was early enough. The thing was I was just not early enough. Like I think I showed up right when it was like officially booked. I showed up an hour and a half early.
Still,
It should have been
I
two.
Should
have been
their
two.
point though that you shouldn't have to show up 2 hours early to a mic to maybe get a spot. Show up, half an hour early, like you should.
And
Apparently,
see.
that's just the time. I thought it was 15, because I was told 15 once.
15 minutes early or 15.
Well, 15 for a book show, because there never were these shows.
Oh yeah.
I was told that you only have to be there 15 minutes early. But it wasn't really that I was told you only have to be there 15 minutes early. I'm a very, I'm not a very punctual person.
Albert, I'm not either.
If I have to be there somewhere at a time, I will be there at that time. But I will be there at that time.
And not
what I mean?
earlier.
So I was showing up like 5 or 10 minutes early. When I started, I was only doing Yak Yaks. and like 10 minutes early for it. Sometimes a little bit earlier, but mostly like 10 minutes before. And because I mean, I get off work at 6, so it's a little bit tough for me to like eat and get over there. But and Daniel was like, man, you got to show up at least 15 minutes early, and like approached it very nicely, which I certainly appreciated. So then I just got that in my head. It was like 15 minutes is it, but now everyone's telling me half an hour. It's really what you got to show up early.
I feel like I'm somewhere in the range between. Yeah. Like, that's what I try for.
At least 15 is definitely, like, when he told me that, I was like, of course. Of course it's at least 15. Because you don't know if I'm going to get there.
Exactly.
You don't know if I'm going to
You need to know that you have your comics.
You're 15 minutes before, and you don't know that I'm there. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But I'm just like you, though, honestly. I am always running late.
When I have a time to get somewhere, I'll get there at that time, which is not good. You know what I mean? Like, you should be there a little bit. But, like, again, it's tough with work. But with these show-up, go-ups, it's like, okay, well, I won't eat, or I'll get Tim's on the way or something like that. And get there so that I can get there to get on a show. But it's just very, like, hectic. Or, like, a lot of times, Mitch has been able to give me a run, which is nice. Yeah. And Emma's been getting me on her way to her show on Thursday, which is nice.
That's really good. Yeah, if you can, like, carpool with people or communicate with people who you think are going. Yeah, because it is. You do. I remember who was talking about it.
Shout out to people who give me rides. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Same here. Yeah, thank you to anyone who's ever given me a ride. You do have to plan your day a lot more if you do have to show up 2 hours early to get on.
Oh, it's crazy. It's so early. Because then the show is at, like Daily Grind, people are there at, like, 7. The show starts at 9.
I literally was at Parkland at 8:30, and Matt messaged me being like, do you want a spot? So I feel like you can luck out sometimes and just go.
It's not as full as it was at the beginning either.
No.
Every comic was showing up at the beginning ones. And now it's kind of like the same cast of like 10 to 12 people.
Yeah,
we got to do an extra minute at last Thursday.
District 5?
District 5 was such a fun show.
Oh,
really,
damn.
Really good crowd. And got to do 6 minutes, which was sick.
Ooh.
And I did a bit about how I was dressed. That went well. I might put that up, actually. I'm thinking about taking that clip because it's about me wearing an orange shirt and black pants. And it's like, how often am I going to
do
this?
it. Yeah, that's like...
That'd be a good clip, yeah.
That's like a moment thing to capture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've got that Harfoosh thing, too, I want to put up.
Oh, my God. That was so fucking funny.
Just... interrupting all of my bits. I think that's the next clip I'm going to put up. I'm just going to have to edit it and take a look at it. But
and make sure people know it's a joke.
Yeah, well, it's funnier if they don't, which was
it really, really is.
Kev didn't realize it at first, and he was getting mad. He was like, who the fuck is doing that to Albert?
I know, I loved it.
Which I appreciated. And then, like... one of the other audience members just obviously didn't get it at all. I saw their Facebook post. They were like, Joe was being awfully mean. So funny.
It really, really is.
It was, it was super fun. But Joe just stepping on all my bits, like, in the worst way possible.
It was so good.
I was so glad we set that up, yeah.
Okay, so I do have some...
Am I here?
What's that?
Oh, we're both there. It's just small.
Yeah, it's just small. That's what she said.
She was a real meanie.
Okay, so I put up a thing on Instagram for questions for Albert. And the first one is, how did you get so handsome?
That's it reminds me of something I wrote recently in an Instagram call-out.
But answer the question, Albert.
Work. It's just hard work. I've been, I've been hitting the gym 4 or 5 times a day. Good jeans, Levi's.
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Who is your
Thank you, mysterious stranger. I bet you're very handsome, too. I bet you're exactly as handsome as I am. Whoever asked that.
I think you can guess who this is from. Who is your favorite comic with frosted tips, skates, and has a podcast with Emma?
And why is it Mitch Tucson? I like Mitch's comedy a lot. He's been fucking killing it ever since COVID. And, I mean, he's always been very funny. I feel like he's figuring out a way to bring his innate funniness to the stage, though, which is a definite for guys like that who are just so inherently funny. Like, that's a challenge to bring that, like, to the stage. Like, some people are really funny, but, like, they're not necessarily, like, joke writers starting out, and then they find out a way to do that. And I think Mitch is definitely on the way to doing that, for sure.
Yeah, there you go, Mitch. There's a heckin' shout out for you.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Zoe sent in a bunch, and then she
nice.
and then she responded, "Sorry for all the spam. It's not spam, baby.
It's okay,
These are good."
Zoe.
Ooh. Oh, actually, no. This is from. We have one from somebody else. Who's this person? Oh, Brent LeBlanc.
Oh, nice. That's sick.
Shit.
I was just talking to him.
That's so funny. Do you have the same hairstylist as Emma Mater?
Yeah, we both don't style our hair. No, I'm not gonna speak for Emma like that. She probably does put time into her hair. I woke up like this. Yeah, that's how. Shout out
It's
to
bedhead.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you got.
Jesus, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. The greatest freestyle rapper of all time. King Los.
There you go. Doesn't mean anything to me.
King Los. I woke up like this. That was the point I was trying to make. I woke up like this. I remember seeing some lady like quote that song, and I was like, "Oh, sick! You're into King Los," and she was like, "What?" It's how this girl.
What?
No fun.
I woke up like this is like I feel like someone else popularized that.
I'm pretty sure it was a Los song though. Like, I know that he had a song like that, so I assume that was what it was from. But King Los woke up like this. He did. He woke up like this. Look at him. That's how he woke up. Maybe it is a cover. I don't fucking know. Anyways.
Okay, next question.
It's like this other girl I saw, and she had this sweater on, and it said "No fun," and I was like, "Oh, sick! I'm a huge fan of the Stooges," and she was like, "I don't know what that means."
Oh my god! Jesus
No
Christ!
fun around here.
How do you slay every day and get away with it?
Oh, who's that from?
Zoe.
Yeah, fuck yeah! Thank you, Zoe. I'm just out here killing it, slaying.
How do you do it?
With a big old sword, slaying dragons. I don't know. I just, try to write good jokes.
Ooh, the next question is, what's it like being the funniest person in Halifax?
Oh my god!
Also from Zoe.
That's not true. But who's Zoe? What's her number? What's her style? What's this girl like?
What's her number? What's her style? She's great. I'll show you later.
Oh, nice.
What is it like being the funniest person in Halifax?
I don't know. I don't think I. But that's very nice of them to say. I don't know what it's like. You'd have to ask Steve Mackey.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you prefer muffin tops or bottoms? Why? I don't know if she's referring to actual muffins.
Like a lady thing. Well, do I prefer muffin tops over bottoms as in butts? Like, what am I, more of an ass man or a muffin top man? Yeah, I guess I'm more of an ass man.
But I'm actually thinking with an actual muffin.
Everyone loves muffin tops.
Yeah.
There's no question.
God, I want a fucking morning glory muffin right now.
I always eat the whole thing, though. Anybody who just eats the top and leaves the rest in the box, like...
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
they both have their advantages.
My dad will do that. And it's not like he's just like, well, this is the part I want. So I'm eating it.
Oh, God.
It's like picking the fucking marshmallows out of Lucky Charms.
This is so funny, the questions. If you could be a sandwich, what kind would you be?
Oh, I'd be a rye sandwich. You see, that's both RYE and WRY. I'd be a Reuben sandwich. Yeah, Reuben stuttered.
Jesus. How many times have you watched Shrek this year?
I haven't watched it any times.
And do you play World of Warcraft? Add me.
I don't play World of Warcraft. Maybe I should. I know I don't, and I've never watched Shrek. Well, I haven't. I've watched Shrek. It was a great movie, but it's not like I mean, I want to like Shrek has this weird like meminess about it now, where it's like it makes me uncomfortable when a bunch of people are doing the same thing. Really, I don't know about it.
So you
that
don't
just
like
makes me like not want to do it.
You like you wouldn't like a flash mob.
No. Oh my god, it seems so uncomfortable. It's so like put on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like that idea. But there's nothing wrong with Shrek. It's a great fucking movie.
I enjoy the Counting Crows song "Accidentally in Love."
Where is that?
We're accidentally in love.
Is that by Smash Mouth?
No, Counting Crows. You're thinking of All Star.
What's the relationship? Like All Star is that's what you just saying though, All Star, right?
No, it's Accidentally in Love. Alexa.
Smash Mouth, yeah.
No. Alexa, play Accidentally in Love.
Oh, I know what you're thinking of. It's
Accidentally in Love by Counting Crows from Spotify.
okay. Everyone, yeah. I know.
Alexa, stop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, also, I might have been fucking with you a little bit.
You had to get me once.
Yeah.
Jesus, I legit was like, this guy does not know this
He doesn't know the
song.
difference between Counting Crows and Smash Mouth. Why does he keep saying it's Smash Mouth? No, we had to do a lip sync video for Smash Mouth when I was in university. Our second year, we had to do one, and it made me very uncomfortable.
Which song?
So, like,
All Star?
Performative. Yeah, All Star, and we did like when everyone was in the room, I put up a shocker. And I was a 19-year-old boy at the time, and I thought it was very funny to make obscene hand gestures, and it was just in the video that they uploaded to YouTube.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, I say that like it's like I'm real naughty. It's fucking university. Like,
Yeah,
who
everyone
cares?
did that.
Yeah, it's not like it was like a fucking kids play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it just didn't matter. But yeah, I don't know. Stuff like that kind of weirds me out. Like flash mobs and stuff like that. But I mean, Shrek is a great film.
It's good. It has good
I should
rewatch
rewatch
value.
because I haven't seen it in
Oh my god, we should have a Shrek night.
10 years. Yeah.
I mean, actually, that will never happen.
No,
I don't know why I
we're not gonna watch Shrek
suggested
together.
it.
It sounds nice for the podcast audience, though.
If it was like if someone like if Park Lane was showing it, I would maybe go.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go out of my way to plan a Shrek
I might
night.
just download Shrek and like watch it, but it'll be like
like tonight.
No, probably I gotta work tomorrow.
That's fair. How judged do you tend to feel on a daily basis?
I mean, I feel pretty judged.
Yeah.
I feel pretty judged all the time, but I'm trying to, get past that. I think that feeling judged is almost like an ego thing, like where you like you think people are thinking about you more than they are. So like if you just realize that they're not thinking about you that much, then that feeling of judgment goes away.
Interesting.
But it not fully. I mean, I still feel judged too often.
Like, how much of that judgment is real versus imagined or like in your head?
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, some of it's real. Like, people do judge you, but like most of it's in your head. Like, most people just don't think about it. Like, if you just try to, do what you do with some degree of confidence, I feel like that removes some of the judgment.
Okay. So take a look at the best and most enjoyable aspect of your life right now. What is your underlying fear in that area and why?
I guess it's got to be comedy. And I don't know if there is a lot of, I mean, I guess I worry that like I won't be able to do this as a gig, but like that's the biggest fear. And that's like not like a subconscious fear or like it's a very real fear that most people don't get to just do something they like as a job. And you just have to waste away in an office for the rest of your life. And that's the reality that most people have to live with. So like maybe I just won't get to. Maybe I'm not good enough or I don't work hard enough. I mean, I try to work hard enough to do it, but like, I don't know. It's been 1.5 years. We'll see. Ask me in 8 years.
Okay.
When I'm dead.
When was the last time you tried to manipulate a situation to your advantage? And examine how you feel about that.
Well, just earlier today, actually, I had a bus transfer that expired at 7:30, so I went up and I held it confidently, and this was at 7:47, no less. And he just, he looked at it and he said, "Hey, this guy, I trust him. I'm not even going to check the time." So that was like 17 minutes of bus time, aka 275 of real bones that I kept in my pocket through manipulating that situation.
What about like more emotional manipulation with people? Do you ever find yourself doing that?
I don't know. I don't believe in manipulating people emotionally. I think that's a bad thing to do. Call me old fashioned.
Wait, are you telling me that you've never done that at all?
I don't. I mean, I'm sure I have. Like, I'm not a perfect person, but like, I don't. I don't know. I don't think you should manipulate people. I don't know if I big believer in can't.
Got ya.
As in, you can't be doing that shit.
Okay. What about this one? Okay, so describe a scenario in which you feel competition could be healthy and productive, and then describe a scenario in which competition could be toxic and unproductive, and write about your emotional response, or talk about, in this case, your emotional response to that.
I would say that like there's definitely competition in comedy in the sense that like every time you get up, you want to have the best set. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be on a show where everyone does well, but I do better. You know what I mean? Like, always, you just want to have, like, you definitely never want to be in the bottom half of a show. But you will be sometimes. I don't know. As long as you don't, like, hope for other people to do badly, I don't think there's anything wrong with competition. As long as you're just hoping for your own success, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And you don't get, like, obsessive. But I'm, like, probably too competitive. I try not to be, but like on a subconscious level, I find I get very, like, I have to try to reel that back sometimes. I just think it can be like annoying more than anything. Like, I don't think I get like fucked. Like, I'm not gonna fucking slash somebody's tires or something like that. But like, it's like I definitely like it just can get annoying with it sometimes, I think.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting into some.
Yeah. I'm all about.
Could we're on 4. Do you think we can get through 25? Do you want to try?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. What does it feel to have your emotions belittled or downplayed?
I don't have emotions. Next.
You've never felt belittled or
anything
inferior?
I've never felt anything. I mean, I'm starting to feel annoyed right now. This is a new one. Next fucking question.
Pinpoint something that's really frustrating / upsetting you at the moment.
Yeah, just then when you wouldn't move on to the next fucking question.
What about anything else that's frustrating?
No, I do get a little frustrated sometimes.
Frustrated?
Yeah.
Fussed?
That's what you said. You said it 3 times. That's so funny.
I literally can't talk.
That's so funny. I get frustrated, like all of us. Sometimes I get a little frustrated. Well, like earlier we were talking about the bus that frustrated me pretty bad. I don't know, like sometimes I'll get irritated. I try to like keep it under wraps for the most part. You just don't want to be like, I feel like letting your negativity into the world is mostly a bad thing to do. I think it just begets more negativity. So, I try to avoid it. But, I get frustrated. Like, I was trying to buy some Captain Blacks, and they didn't have the kind I wanted. So I had to buy 2 individual ones instead of a whole pack, which is probably a good thing. Also, I was trying to buy nicotine mints. Yeah, all my frustrations revolve around nicotine. and access to nicotine. It took him like 20 minutes to figure out how much these fucking nicotine mints cost. I had to just wait around. They were like, you can shop around, and it's like, okay, so I did, and then I bought all my shit, and I was like, so like, what's the deal? Like, where are my fucking mints? And they don't like it when you yell at them. But that's it.
Seems like you have a problem with nicotine. Maybe you should quit.
I do. Well, I did for a long time. These fucking cigars got me back into it, but I'm absolutely gonna stop smoking those cigars as well.
The follow up to that question is actually, it's supposed to be a writing exercise, but I mean, feel free to say it out loud if you like. Which is that they suggest writing an uplifting and beautiful poem about what's frustrating you.
Okay. Please, ma'am, give me my nicotine mints. I'm sick of this shit. I want my damn mints. Yes, Miss Pharmacist. Suck my dick and give me my mints. It's called Suck My Dick and Give Me My Mints. It's a poem about the pharmacy and my goddamn nicotine mints.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. When was the last time you ran away from your responsibilities?
I guess it'd probably be my second kid.
I didn't know you had a kid.
I have two. It was my second one I ran away from. No, I don't have any kids. Ran away from my responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like every so often, I guess you just like, and I mean like rare. You just don't want to do it. But every so often, you just like take a sick day at work or something like that because you just can't like fucking face it. But like other than that, like it's just, I mostly do poorly with them instead of running away with them. I'll feel like I have to do something and not do it all the way, but to just abscond without doing shit I've said I'll do. I don't do that very often, but sometimes, I don't like painting myself in a positive light here either. I'm a great person, guys. Listen to this and know that I'm Jesus on earth.
I don't think these questions are going to make you deteriorate or like spiral at all. I think you're pretty strong so far with these. We're only on number 7. So.
That's good.
Let's see. Next one. So how can you begin to give other people more space and acceptance to be themselves?
Oh, that's a good one, because you know how people are with themselves. Like, it's usually bad. Who other people are. I mean, who I am, great. Love it. Who other people are, it's a bit much.
I mean, you're friends with Mitch Tuesnard, who is quite the character.
Mitch is a character. Mitch is a great character, though. I like Mitch a lot. Mitch is a guy that you definitely, though, do have to give him space to be himself and, like, not jump to, like, say insulting him when he does something fucked.
Very true.
You know what I mean? And like I love
that's
Mitch.
exactly who I thought of with that question.
Yeah, I love it when Mitch is being fucked because he's so goddamn funny. But like, he is one of those guys who you don't want to just insult. You know what I mean? Like, if I do something fucked, tell me I'm doing something fucked. I used to withdraw much more in those situations, but I've gotten better at not doing it. Like, just you know what I mean? Like when somebody calls you on some shit, to just get like too defensive. Because my natural wiring is to be very defensive, but I've had to try to like, See,
I don't see you that way at all.
Yeah, well, I work on not being it as much, but I definitely get defensive sometimes. I mean, like, just as a gut reaction to things, I tend to be a bit defensive. But I've tried not to be, because it's like, fuck it. I think I'm probably just happier now, which makes you less defensive.
That's
which
really
is good.
Okay, interesting. So what does the term oh my god, another fucking
superiority complex?
Yeah, bring to mind for you, and why?
Mitch Tuesnard. No, I'm just kidding.
Is there anyone that
No,
what do you
not
think of
really.
when you hear that word?
Well, nobody that I would publicly shame. I wouldn't apply that to anybody I like, and I don't think I'd say anything. I'm not going to genuinely call anyone out on this podcast. I don't think, I don't know. I mean, I may have one to some extent. I feel like most people kind of feel some kind of way about themselves that's better than I mean, I feel like people always view themselves in terms of their potential and other people in terms of, where they're actually at. Mm-hmm. So I feel like everyone kind of feels superior about themselves because they see what they could be. And when you look at other people, you see what they are.
That's interesting.
Except for like teachers and stuff. I mean, I feel like they do the opposite where I mean, I don't mean they necessarily don't see themselves as who they are, but I mean, they like see that potential in other people. I think it's good to like get in the habit of looking at other people and that, give them the same benefit. I know I'm kind of lazy as shit sometimes, so when you see somebody doing that, to not look at it as a character flaw is definitely a good thing.
That's very true. All right. This one's pretty deep too. So if you could say one thing to the person who's hurt you the most right now, what would it be and why?
Well, I mean, that works out well because it's actually you.
What what did I do? How did I hurt you?
Well, you murdered my whole family in cold blood, Sarah. In cold blood.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, I felt pretty bummed out about it.
See, the reason I did that was actually because you Albert killed my son.
Well, I did kill your son
back when you were younger.
Accidentally. Well, this was years before. It's funny that we're friends now. Because it must have been 10 or 15 years ago. Yeah, like I was riding down the street. And I don't own a car to this day because of how bad I felt after this happened. But I was riding down the street in my motorized unicycle in the year 2008. My giant motorized unicycle. And I saw this kid, and I just thought he was a garbage bag blowing across the road. So I sped up. I sped up to try to hit him because I thought it was just a garbage bag. And it turned out it was Sarah's kid. So I squashed him pretty good. And then Sarah, took up ninjutsu. Started training for, I don't know, it must have been it was a solid montage that you were training for, 6-8 weeks at least. And on Christmas Eve, she murdered my family, and I went up to open my presents. I went to open my presents, and I opened the first present, and it was a horse's head, and it said, "Hey, you're not gonna want to look at this next present." Which I thought was nice that she showed me the horse's head instead of it just being one of my family's heads. Anyways, that was easily one of the 5 worst Christmases I've ever had.
I guess we're.
But anyways, I'm not mad at you anymore. We're cool now.
I guess we're coming full circle in a way.
Yeah. But we're cool about it now, which is nice. I'm glad we've gotten past that.
Well, while we're on that, what does the word punishment make you think of right now, and why?
A mint made of hot sauce. It's the punishment.
Okay.
When you'd be bad and your mom would shove certs up your nose. That was the joke. I wish I thought of that one first.
Did your parents ever make you eat soap?
No.
Or swallow soap?
No.
Or swallow? Rinse your mouth out with soap.
Rinse your mouth out with soap now. I did it once, but never. Well, you just taste things. I tasted soap before, but I never no, my parents wouldn't. I remember very well the first time I cursed because I didn't know about cursing, and I just heard the word fuck, and I was just down in my friend's basement, and I was like, fucking do.a, fucking do.a. And I was just saying fuckity fuck. I was just saying fuck a bunch. And then he was like, man, that's a bad word. You got to be careful with that one. And I was like, there's no such thing as bad words. And he's like, no, that's a bad one. And so I went up and he was like, no, like for real, it's bad. And he was like, just ask my mom. And I was like, okay. So I asked her and she was like, yeah, you can't say that. And then they told my parents and my parents were like, yeah, no, that's just a bad one. You just can't say that. But I didn't get in trouble. Because I was genuinely like, I just didn't know it was a bad word. But I remember the first time my sister said fuck and she was tricked into it. Like, my fucking cousin. He was like, what's a word that rhymes with duck? And she was like, oh, luck. He was like, no, not that one. She was like, chuck. She had great vocabulary. So this went on for a long time. So, muck. Shucks. And he was like, no, not that one. And eventually she said fuck. And then he turns around. And he's like, Vanessa just said fuck. It was so goddamn funny. Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, my parents were more upset at her when she was clearly duped than they were at me when I just said fuck 4,500 times. Because the idea of a curse word doesn't make sense to you when you're a kid. You're like, well, I've said so many words.
Right.
Why can't I say this one?
That's wild.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't remember the first time I said the F word.
I just said it 1,000 times the first time, so it makes it very memorable.
I literally just said the F word like I was fucking 10.
Oh my god, yeah, you can say fuck. This is the
Fuck.
internet. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, okay. So this is specific. I mean, it's your call if you want to be specific on this. Talk about the different ways in which people have expressed their anger or resentment in front of you over the last few months. What do you notice about their different modes of expression for these emotions?
Like with me or
in front of you?
Just about like their own shit, but not about me. Yeah, I mean, I feel like some people get like angry, I guess, and express it. I don't know. Like, I don't think I have any real negative. I mean, if somebody is just pissed in a moment, like, it doesn't bother me that they say that they're pissed. You know what I mean? Like, people just get pissed off. Like, I don't really have any very strong feeling. I feel like sometimes people get too angry. You know what I mean? Like, they take things too seriously and get too angry. But, like, for the most part, among people I know, they recognize that shortly afterwards and are like, oh, sorry, I got mad. And it's like, of course.
Right.
Yeah, like, it's fine.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't like if somebody was, like, genuinely, like, really angry, I just wouldn't be interested in talking to them.
Yeah.
Like, angry people like that, like, somebody who's liable to, like, flip on you.
Right.
It's just not for me. Like, I just don't like that.
Yeah.
Because fuck it. I mean, there's so many people around. There's so many great people around. Why are you going to fucking spend your time with somebody who's going to, like, yell at you? Very
true.
Yeah. And it just breeds more negativity if somebody's being negative. Like, it's not good.
It really does.
Yeah. It's easy to get caught in that trap of being negative about your life and, like, being negative in general. Like, I just feel like it makes you so fucking negative all the time.
Yeah. You have to have that shit under control, at least.
Yeah, you definitely have to. I mean, like, legitimately, like, it's fun to just, like, talk shit and just say negative things.
Yes.
But, like, it's also, like, it becomes a part of your thought then.
Yeah.
And you start to, like, almost want negative shit so that you can talk
about
your negative shit. You know what I mean? It's just bad. Yeah, like, if you find yourself relishing in bad things happening to you because it's funny to talk about them later, it's like, I mean, it's fine, like, in this, like, when you're trying to do comedy, it's like, sometimes it'll be a good thing if something bad happens, as long as it doesn't genuinely affect your mood. Yeah.
Ooh, here's one. What's one thing you know you need to do but keep avoiding?
Making this fucking short film. Oh my god.
I've
been working, like, I've got 10 minutes of it done. And I've got I guess 3 scenes left to do. I mean, a shit ton of editing, but like 3 scenes left to film. And the stuff I've got is like edited, but it's just not final edited. And I've just been fucking putting it off for so long. Once comedy started again, I basically stopped working on it.
Oh, man.
It sucks.
It sucks putting things off because you get so used to it, and then you just get so used to avoiding it. But, like, man, once you fucking just do something towards that, you'll feel so much better.
Oh, my God. I can't wait to get it done. Yeah. I just need a day where I need to film some of it outside. So it's been, like, the days that I can do it. It hasn't been, like, it needs to be calm because I'm going to be filming near some trees, and I don't have a good windscreen. But, like, a lot of it's inside, too, so I'm just being a fucking lazy bum. Yeah, I don't feel great about putting that off, but I will do it soon because I just want to have it done.
That's fair. When was the last time you witnessed distinctly self-destructive behavior, either in yourself or somebody else?
I guess it'd be 7 months after quitting smoking. Saying, I can buy a cigar. That's a good idea. I'll just buy a fucking cigar, and it'll be fine, because I'm not a crippling addict.
Just masking one thing with another.
Oh my God, it was, but because I was smoke free for a while. But the cigars, I'm gonna give up a lot easier than the cigarette spray.
Okay, and that's self-destructive in you. So
I mean, it's self-destructive in the sense that it destroys you. I
love that with every little question you answer, you giggle about it.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the last cruel thing you wanted to say to someone in order to make them feel bad about themselves or their actions?
Oh, I don't even know.
That's a hard question. Like I know that we're just doing this on a podcast, but if you were legitimately doing this,
it'd be honestly to think about wanting to hurt somebody's feelings is such a shitty emotion. Wanting to genuinely hurt somebody, I feel like they'd have to have done that to you first to kind of feel that way. I'm not saying I never have that feeling, but I don't a lot of where I want to genuinely hurt somebody. I don't think I want to hurt people. Yeah, I don't know. When was the last time you wanted to genuinely try to hurt somebody? Why would you want to hurt somebody?
I mean, I've been there. I've been so hurt by somebody that there was something that I could do. There was something that I had over them that I could do.
Okay, yeah.
And in the moment I didn't do it, of course, but I wanted to.
That's fair. And I mean, really, it's more about. I feel like people put too much emphasis on the underlying person as being I really think that it's a lot of it is about choices you make and habits you form in terms of acting good. So wanting to do something and deciding not to do it is good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's actually a test of who you are. The fact that you want to do something, you have so many thoughts that fly through your mind. Choosing not to act on the bad ones and to act on the good ones makes you a good person. That's
and
the test.
It sucks having that control, but
yeah, it's
kind of when you want to be when you have, because I've had the urge to be petty sometimes. I've felt it, and I choose not to. And it is a distinctive choice. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not even a reaction. It's literally me choosing.
Which is good. I mean,
Not
you have to, yeah. I've definitely, I remember as a kid, being, I would say, I wasn't, a bully kid, as you can probably imagine. But, I remember being, shitty to people, for sure. But, I don't, going out of my way to, make somebody feel shitty isn't something I would tend to do.
Exactly.
I don't think that's, yeah.
Well, it just means that you're hurting.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's good.
It's literally about
And how often I don't get hurt a lot either. I don't find I find people are very nice to me, honestly. So I don't find people fuck me over to a point where I want to hurt them. I mostly have good experiences with people.
Do you think things hurt you more than you let on? We kind of met. I won't go into specifics about the situation. In a weird dramatic thing with another individual who lashed out at both of us and
Oh
said-
yeah, that's true. We did start talking a lot more after that. Yeah, I mean that was that. Obviously, it hurts when somebody says something fucked up to you.
Yes.
Like it didn't really like the specific things that were said. Is like it's not a big deal. But like when you think, even knowing that somebody has these issues, but you think they're like a friend of yours, and then they are just like obviously not, and maybe not capable of. At least that was my impression. Or not capable of in that moment with me of that being in front of, because but yeah, I mean that's a bummer when you think somebody's cool and then they fucking just flip out at you. Yeah, I mean that's I don't think yeah, I mean I definitely, like anyone else, I can be hurt by things. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely happens. But like I'm much more likely to react to like somebody doing that with like, oh, I guess I suck, than like I want to slash their tires or like something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm much more likely to be sad than angry, I would say.
You don't seem angry at all.
Yeah, I don't. It's not that I never get like like anyone else I can get angry at things, but like I definitely like am more prone to like being bummed out about things than being like mad about them.
Right.
I would say.
Yeah. Oof. I feel that. Actually, I've actually realized that like I'm more angry than sad.
Okay, that's interesting.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This
We are
is what
not
shadow
the
work
same.
is.
Yeah, that's how you find out.
Do you envy anything in other people?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, I think some people are really good at things that I'd like to be good at. Like, Baker and his crowd work. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff like that. I mean, just specifically within comedy. Yeah, definitely. I don't mean like envious. Like, I don't mean covetous. Like, these aren't things that you can take from people. I just would like to also have them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to be able to do things that I can't do now, that I'm not good at. Like, I would like to improve. And you see people who have that, so you want to be able to do it too. Like that, I think that's a positive thing. I mean, I think looking up to other people who are better than you at some things is good. It's positive.
It
to have
can be.
something to
And rather than putting yourself down,
see how it's done. Yeah.
Yeah, you can be inspired.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, there's definitely a lot of things that like in people that I like a lot and would like to be more like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so weird because like your answers are so simple and like straightforward.
Yeah.
And like mine would be like, yeah, I'm envious of this person who has a husband and this person who has a like.
That's so funny.
Like it's
I
just
don't
interesting.
get envious of like I'm not a big stuff guy. You know.
That's what I'm realizing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I started over like I've definitely become more of a thing person through quarantine because my house sucked and I just couldn't leave it. So I was like fucking. I bought like an espresso machine and like I had to buy like an office and stuff for work, like a home office setup, and I just started buying stuff for my house and plants, which is sick. But like in terms of, I mean, it'd be sick to have a house. I wouldn't mind having a house, but it's not like I'm much more envious of somebody for like being something than for having something.
I actually,
you know what I mean?
now that I think of it, I don't know. I don't think it's so much the things. It's the fact that, so like with marriage, like if someone has a partner, it's the fact that they have intimacy, which is what I want.
Yeah, and that's a fair point too. That's a different thing. That's not like wanting a car.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's like wanting a person. Yeah. And I get that for sure. I definitely, I don't know. I feel like weird about that too. Cause like, I don't know if I'd want to, like in terms of something that serious right now, like having, like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be married tomorrow, but I guess you like, find somebody and, change your mind or whatever. But like, it's, I don't know. It's hard to imagine like not like the freedom of just being one person.
Yeah, we were talking
Like,
about this
being able to
earlier,
do-
but like, yeah,
like,
just
it's
the
so like
Yeah.
It's so great to just be able to do whatever I want and like not be accountable to anyone at all.
Yeah, that's really good.
But it's like a bummer in terms of like, you know, the deep loneliness.
The deep loneliness,
Like
but
that.
also the fact that like bills would be cheaper with a partner.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like actual advantages also of just like having a partner in life for sure. But yeah, I don't know. It's I definitely appreciate like people, but like I wouldn't want to. I don't think I'd want to trade places with anyone, honestly. Like,
Well, that's really good.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's good.
Well, not if like if I were to be able to like just be me, but then like no, because all the people I can think of, like it was like I'd like to be me, but like then, you know, I take over Bezos, but Bezos is also like, you know, how old is that guy?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not giving up 20 years of my life for somebody else's like $1 billion. Fuck that.
Screw
I
that.
would, but you know what I mean? Like to move into like just one of those insane billionaires. It's like, yeah, sure. Obviously my life would be a lot easier if I just had $100 million right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Just do whatever the fuck I wanted. It'd be kind of sick. But like, I wouldn't not be me to be somebody else in that situation. Cause like, what are you doing? Like, why would I want to be somebody else like in their head? You know what I mean? I've lived a long time in this one. I wouldn't want to.
I just want the money.
Like, what would it mean if you just went to be somebody else? You wouldn't be them. You wouldn't be you.
You wouldn't be
Being
you
them,
anymore.
You'd just be them. So it's like, why would
But
I
some
wanna
people
do
legit
that?
don't want to be themselves.
How would that change the world? Yeah, well, what would that mean? Like, you wouldn't be anything.
Yeah.
You're like being dead.
Yeah.
Like, you don't exist anymore, and then you're just in somebody else's head. Doesn't really make sense.
No.
But if it could be like, you know, Albert Coombes, the guy who invented eBay. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be like kind of sick, I guess. But like, again, I don't know if it would mean anything to you if you didn't actually do it. So I don't think it'd be worth it. But I'd definitely rather be me. Like, I like, you know, a lot of things about me. So I'd like to keep being.
That's really. You seem very positive and happy with who you are.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's all a ruse for the radio.
Okay, one last shadow work question.
All right.
And then we'll end. What does the term constructive criticism make you think of, and why?
Ridiculous question. Makes me think of constructive criticism. The definition of the word.
But what to you is the difference between like constructive criticism and like shitting on somebody?
I mean, to me, the difference is that if you're saying it to me, it's unfair criticism, and if I'm saying it to somebody else, it's constructive criticism. I think that it's if you're trying to like help somebody improve, then it's constructive.
Right.
And most criticism is that, in a sense. I don't think. Well, I don't know if I should say most criticism. Most criticism that people actually directly deliver to you is in fact intended as being constructive criticism. But like most criticism in general is just, you know, people talking shit.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, everyone talks shit about everyone. And like if you had to hear every conversation about you, if I had to hear every conversation about me, nobody wants to go through that.
But I don't think if you heard the conversations about you, you would hear anything bad.
I'm sure I would hear some bad things. I'm sure
You
some
think?
people say bad things about me.
You think?
It's fine. Yeah, of course.
Well, I know of one person.
Oh, yeah?
the same person.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, they
But
didn't,
like that's obvious.
they
yeah.
said those things to me. It was way worse than anything I've ever heard anyone say about somebody. They said it directly to me.
Honestly, I do think that there's and that's where I think self-deprecation is a strength, because I do think that a self-deprecating person could overhear those conversations potentially and survive it because they've
I just
probably
wouldn't-
already said that about themselves.
I just wouldn't want to hear it. Like, everyone knows about their own. Not everyone. I mean, there are genuinely like not self-aware people who don't like. I feel like I don't think I have any flaw that I don't feel more strongly about than somebody I know does. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's anything negative about me that I don't already dislike more than somebody else would. But you just don't want to hear it. Like, people have their moments. Like, I'm sure I've done shitty things, and like people have been like, oh, like that sucked when they did that, and it's like it's fine. Like, I think you just need to let people like, I mean, it's not good to talk shit about people, but like most of the time, like people are talking shit. It honestly is just talking shit.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's like, I don't think it's good to like read more into it. And I think if anyone knew everything that was thought or said about them, then it would fuck with them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you really.
Oh no, 100%. Oof, that's wild.
Great. I was about to quote a Modest Mouse lyric, but
Ooh.
I've decided that's douchey.
What is it?
So I won't.
Say it. We're at the end.
No, it's
We're at
the
the end.
worst. We're gonna end on it though. That's horrible. It's unbelievably douchey. But no one really knows the ones they love. If you knew everything they thought about, I'd bet that you'd wish that they'd just shut up.
Oh my gosh.
Boom.
Boom.
Modest Mouse. Those fucking geniuses. They're a band that you like. If you listen to them for 5 years, every year you will like them more and more as time goes on. But it was just the reason I thought of it is because maybe I was just spewing their opinion instead of my own just then.
No, I often communicate in song lyrics.
Yeah, it's one of those crystal thoughts where it's genuinely like, just if you knew everything that everyone thought about you, it would be, some of it would be negative, of course.
Oh my God. Like you said,
Yeah.
I mean, I think
about
that
anyone.
I would hear those things for money though, honestly, at this point. If someone was like, your debt will be paid off, here's a bunch of money.
I thought you meant you'd pay to hear them. Because I'd honestly, and this was like a genuine business idea I had, but it's ridiculous. There'd be no way for it to work, but to pay somebody to meet you secretly. You didn't know who they were, and just genuinely like give you an idea of what like somebody you don't know thinks when they meet you. Because what is that like? I want to know what people genuinely like who don't know me. Because anybody, you can't just ask people.
A total
They'll
stranger.
just be nice about you. A total stranger that you don't know you're going to meet. But then I was thinking about, like, for me, it's like, I know. Because I don't just have people, like, approaching me to have in-depth conversations with me. And, like, suss me out. So, like, I would definitely just know. But the idea of, like, finding out what a perfect stranger just thinks about, like,
Oh my God,
who
that's
you are to
wild.
somebody who doesn't know you.
That's
is
wild.
super interesting.
That would be. I would. Yeah.
I would definitely pay for that. I don't know how much, but like some amount of money.
Can we make
to find
this
out
happen?
genuine.
What would you call it? The business.
Yeah, I don't know, like personality hookers.
Do we have a
First-
title?
First impression. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, no, it's a genuine like business idea I had, but it's like you can't have that business. It's just ridiculous. But I really do. I would like to know what somebody who doesn't know me thinks about me when they meet me, and when it's in a situation where I'm not like, you know what I mean, like when you're making a first impression, you're like in a mode.
Yes.
And
When it's natural. It's just very random and unexpected.
Yeah,
and,
if it was
and in
just
the moment.
100%, what does somebody who doesn't know me think?
Holy shit, that would be wild.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'd like to know.
Oh man.
But not like
my brain
it'd
kinda
just be
hurts.
like, if it was all positive, it'd stink. It's like you want to know what the issues are.
Like if you came off as too much or too jerky or not warm
Yeah,
enough,
or whatever.
not cold
You know what I
enough.
mean? Yeah, because just to know what. Because I feel like I can be socially
You can just ask
weird
your
for
friends what their first impressions were.
Yeah, but like they'll all be nice.
Eh,
Somebody who doesn't owe you anything.
Who was it? Was it? Oh yeah, I think Kyle and Chris, when they did the podcast, we were talking about first impressions, and Chris legit said
Chris
to Kyle,
will definitely just be super honest. Yeah.
yeah,
And so
like,
will Kyle. Yeah.
yeah, he was like, well, he said to Kyle, like, I thought you hated me.
That's so funny. Yeah. Because I feel like Chris is one of those guys who just comes off as super confident, and in stand up, I feel like that can be confused with like a confidence and ability when you're that new.
Yeah, no, confident. Yeah, you're right. Chris
I think
has the look of a cocky guy.
that's exactly it, but he isn't. I mean, Chris is like a great dude and like a very nice guy too.
Genuine.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, he definitely like when you're starting off in comedy. I feel like if you're just brand new and you have that aura, it'll make people think that you're cocky about something that you're obviously not good at because you're just starting. Like nobody's good at comedy at first. So I think if you just have that essence about you, it can be kind of off-putting to people. But like not in a negative way. Like I mean, how long do you have to talk to Chris before you know that he's not like a douche?
That's right. Not very long. Not very long.
Well, I mean,
at
at
all.
least 2 years. I still think he's a douche.
Well, Al, I think we got to wrap.
Yeah, this is a good chat though.
This was 2:45.
Casting couch. Nice. That's a long one. You can edit like I mean, there's at least like 15, 20. You gotta
I
take
think
out
so
of
too. But stay right where you are. Actually, lay back down again. Yeah, you're gonna ring the bell laying down.
All right.
The bell right there.
Yeah.
So, where can people follow you? Well, number one.
Oh yeah.
Number one, thank you so much for coming on. Cause
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
You're doing so much for me, and
no, it's fun to. I like to be on things. Thanks for having me.
And honestly, Albert made me want to tear up last night because he said, "You putting me on shows isn't me doing something for you; it's you doing something for me." And I wanted to fucking cry.
Oh yeah, that's true
that
though.
So
like
sweet.
Putting me on shows, I appreciate it. Yeah.
That was so freaking sweet. Where can people follow you?
At Albert Coombes Comedy on Instagram.
Stay tuned.
That's
for some
the
clips.
like main one. Yeah, I'll put up clips and stuff. And gonna be doing the Intoxicated Live show tomorrow.
Tomorrow, actually, when it comes out
it'll
tonight.
be today. Yeah, tonight at 9.
Come.
Most of the people listening before then will probably be there already.
Hopefully.
Gonna be in Windsor at Tommy Gunn's bar in Windsor. Tommy Gunn's, what's it called? Tommy Gunn's pub. I don't know. I mean, if you look up Tommy Gunn's in Windsor, you'll find it. That should be a fun show. Travis and Brandon and Adrienne and Jim hosting. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and just a bunch of shows throughout the city all the time.
You gotta
Fucking
see
out
this
there,
guy's comedy because
thank
he's
you.
a joy to watch. He's very funny.
But if you see me on the mics, I'm probably doing newer shit, and don't judge me for
Do not
it.
judge any comic at
Yeah.
an open mic, but come
That's a good
see
point.
him when he's on a booked show.
Yeah, definitely. Or come out to the mics. Like, I want people to be at the mics too.
Yeah.
Gonna be at Gus's Pub on Monday. Shout out to Gus.
Oh, come to Gus's Pub on Monday.
Yeah,
Nice.
should be fun.
Oh shit. Thank you so much, Albert, for coming on the show.
All right, thanks for having me. I'm gonna ring the shit out of this bell.
Ring that bell. There we go.